Ta-da! Hello, kicking YouTube. Welcome back to this fun stuff. We're on episode 44 of the Parallax. And we left at a bit of a floating bit. But let's get right into it and say hello, everybody.
Hi,
what you guys
everyone.
remember from last time?
Hello.
Protect beat the shit out of a gift.
We had some fighting.
That's basically all that happened. Not anything important. Chaos Gremlins here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chaos Gremlin.
I can't do the recap. I wasn't here.
Oh wait, yeah, that's true. Al, you missed
I
it.
was sick as fuck.
I don't remember.
Did anyone tell you what happened?
Yes, I did
No,
get a
huh?
brief recap.
Oh,
Yeah, so you guys had just gotten into the air with the new fandangled airship. And you guys were heading in the direction. The Artificer plane with the... I forget what it was called, like the basically the Waystone. Figured out that something to do with the steering column, that it seemed to be pulling to it. And nobody seemed to really question it, as the stone itself kind of snapped into the grid and kind of what looks to be fused into the steering column itself, making it a very sudden thing. The Andreas trying to steer the ship, realizing that it won't turn. It won't do anything. It's just like locked in direction and away you go.
And he panicked.
Yep. And as everybody starts heading off to bed, because it was getting kind of dark out, night out, few people on watch noticed something moving towards them. And I believe it was Liv in a wild shape that flew out ahead and noticed that there's this shadow in the clouds that was moving towards the ship. Came back, everyone went on alert, and as everybody woke up to come back up to the top deck, a whole bunch of these white Wyvern riders came flying out of the sky, circling the ship, and everyone thought you guys were being attacked. Well, Protech over on the side, just politely waving to them, basically summoned one to the side of the vessel, demanding who you guys were and where you guys were going. And Andreas, being completely honest with these Wyvern riders, were told, well, you can't just go without being tested. Follow us. We'll lead you to our place. In which case, everyone kind of realized that the ship was heading that direction anyway. And it wasn't until you guys were about a few thousand yards away that the vessel unlocked itself, so you guys could steer to the appropriate dock that they wanted you guys to go to, and put you on the island of Duels. There, you were told that one of your best would have to fight one of their best in a match. You guys went into the arena with almost a resounding voting that Protech be the one that combat. And opposing him was a Get the Yankee Knight. And even though early first couple of rounds it looked like the Get the Yankee had a major advantage against Protech, considering all the psychic damage that was being launched despite the Barbarian raging, it didn't take long for Protech to not only bring that deficit back, but turn it into a major advantage, thusly bringing the Get the Yankee down to below its trigger threshold, and the king stopping the fight, letting you guys pass on these one of 3 trials. They say that only after completing the 3 trials will these island and its people see you guys as equals and let you pass into the Badlands. And at the very end of the session, you guys were escorted back to your vessel, being told that you have 2 more trials left. And when asked for a hint, their only thing was someone with a strong con and someone with a strong dex. And that was it. And you guys basically went to rest in your vessel. And that will lead us into today's session.
Other than probably Protec, how beat up is everyone?
No one.
No one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay.
anybody
We sat,
took any
we sat
damage.
off to the side. Yeah, we sat off to the side and applauded.
All right.
Cheering on, applauding, whatever you think. Yeah, it was pretty much just Protec's duel.
Prestidigitation.
No one else is able to help. They were warned that if anybody does try to cast something, it would go poorly.
Would prestidigitation really caught like if I'm just cheering and like shooting out little fireworks like
prestidigitation would have probably been
Okay.
nothing. It would have been like anything to aid the combatant would be, or to hinder the opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a bad
Would
idea.
they have noticed if Jax just started strumming along and somehow got gay bardic inspiration?
Depends on if they had
Sure.
passive detect magic up, because I'm pretty sure detect magic would
Right.
still block that.
Yep. A few tips
How
that you
many
guys
crits
know
were
is
thrown
that a
out?
lot of the
I hope we needed any more inspiration.
that the king of this particular area is called King Deca.
Yeah.
And his riders, or his Wyvern riders, are called the Drodekas.
Yep.
Because their wild island, the mountainous area, and that spawns these white Wyverns. And when one of their worthy warriors are deemed worthy, they try to put them into the wild island at the right time to go and potentially bond with a newly hatched Wyvern. The bonus to this is that, similar to like knights and their steeds, they're like bonded creatures to where if anyone else tried to ride the wrong Wyvern, the Wyvern won't respond.
Oh, so it's
Type
like
of
the
thing.
Skybacks in Dinotopia.
Or
Too deep of a
like
cut?
the- like
I'm
the
like,
dragon
I don't
from
know what the
Parallax.
I think yes.
You don't know
Trying to
Dinotopia?
remember.
I do
Oh, we
not know
need to fix that.
Dinotopia.
Fix that. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay.
It's great and terrible
Um,
at the same time. You'll love it.
You
And
guys ever read the Aragon series?
and
I
then
think Arc, but more
now.
civilization.
Tifa, who is the leader of the Drodeca, like one of the best of the knights, has been kind of guiding you around. And she's the one that's kind of giving you that hint of what to do. So, next
Giving the
morning,
hint of don't
yep,
don't try to steal a rifle.
next morning
Aw.
comes. Anyone who has taken damage can apply a long rest and whatnot.
I get my
Um,
spells back.
anyone
after I cast.
anyone who has decided to kind of like hang out and do any kind of overnight patrols on the ship would occasionally see the flying Drodekas just going from island to island doing stuff. It despite the islands being floating from a method that you guys still haven't been able to discover, it's rather really peaceful despite the fact being hundreds of feet into the air.
I'm just
Hundreds, if not
wondering.
thousands of feet in the air.
I'm just wondering, like, how the fuck did the city get here? That's where my brain's at. Like,
Ducks, obviously.
sweet.
Well,
I'll just look
Tifa,
at Protec and be like, you know what? Maybe.
Tifa mentioned a tiny bit of lore about how eons ago these islands were on the ground in this frost frozen section because the clouds below you are icy, as the artificer has figured out, kind of only signifying just based on pure science and less magic that the ground below in this crater that you guys are hovering over has to be like frozen tundra. Like if you guys go down there, you guys are going to die because it's going to be too damn cold, kind of deal.
Right.
Potentially also being how these white dragon wyverns are being spawned, because if part of the wild island came from that frozen section. But of course, Xenocrates, all these different biomes and things were constructed because Xenocrates has been trying to summon his greatest combative prowess. And
Right.
apparently,
My
during a great battle in the icy tundra, decided, well, we need more of a challenge. And so he kind of willed some of the ground to go to the sky so he can have an aerial battle. And that still didn't appease him. So even though he left the area, the islands remain in the air.
I mean, I guess she said eons ago this land was here, though, but the timeline we've got for Xenocrates and, like, the Bruxus people. Like, we've got some OGs here who came here with Xenocrates, right?
Yes. And though I think someone did a insight check, and even though Tifa knows some of the lore, the timeline, she has no clue what the timeline is. She doesn't remember it. She was probably born here. So
Perception.
A long time ago.
In her wrist?
Huh?
Does she have a crystal in her wrist? Perception.
No.
check? Oh.
I'll just go off passive perception. No, she does not.
Well, not everybody
So-
has crystals, right?
The people who were born.
A
don't
lot
have
of the
crystals.
people that
Oh,
were
okay.
born in here do not have them. A lot of the people that were brought here do have them.
Yeah.
Actually, just about
So-
everyone who was brought has one.
So if she
Okay.
doesn't have one in her wrist, then it's probably most likely, yeah, she was born here. But
How many? Wait, but if that's the info she's going off of, like, she's not lying. This is what she believes. So,
Mhm.
how many people have we spotted with crystals in this area, in their wrists?
So far, one in this particular area. Yep. Deca is the
So-
only one that has one that you have met. Granted, you haven't seen too many people so far, but out of like all of the dragon riders and whatnot, the king so far is to be the only one that you guys have spotted with a gem in his wrist.
and he's a Leonin too, right?
No.
No.
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn. Thank you. Sorry, I knew he was one of the tall, buffy races.
Hindsight being 2020, could have given the dragon egg to these people.
Would have, yes.
Just
Did I
saying
want
that
you?
they probably
Yep.
know what they're doing better than.
I mean, the wild island's got a volcano in it.
Sorry, I'm dealing with Springer Spaniel who's upset the teenagers off with Grandma. Wants
Oh,
to
no.
go find her. Hey, baby girl.
What did I miss? I have some fucking issues.
Just updates.
More or less updating me. We got
Yeah,
a
Oh,
long
so
rest.
we've not
if
gone
you
it. We've
did
not gone
anything.
into anything yet.
No,
Nope.
not really.
Okay.
So
Charge-
somebody
charge
with
of one of my
Dex,
Oh.
somebody
died.
with Con. Like, I mean, Dex wise, like, I'll look at Alamos and Liv.
Question.
Mhm.
Is Mouse Fat Nuggets again? Is that their name?
Yeah.
Change the name.
Yeah.
They posted at 11:25. They have no service.
Oh,
They
like
have
no internet service either.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Spectrum
okay.
service alert.
Yeah.
So even if
Oh.
he could get on, or even if he wanted to, he could not.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why I brought in the chicken.
Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to verify that people did see that.
All right.
So, yeah, I'll look at Dex, I'll look at Loop, and I mean, they're quick crosses, and like, you seem kind of Dexy. +3. I was about to be like,
I
you have
am.
a 3 for your dex? Why dump that? No,
I have a fucking 5 intellect. So if it was a very intellectual puzzle challenge, sure, throw me
oh yeah,
in.
no, intellect's throw you.
Um,
But yeah, look at
mm,
Alamos and
Alamos
Lev.
probably. I mean, just with the +4, but we don't really know.
I was
Like
gonna say,
they said Dexy, so it's like, okay, what's your acrobatics? What's your like stealth? What are your,
I've,
Yeah,
some of
that
your
could be.
skill set?
I've got like a plus like 10 or something nuts. So
Okay, okay.
But
So
also considering what is considered an opposite, because consider what happened to Protec. Yes, you guys chose your worthiest
if
fighter,
they're
but part of the
asking
trial.
You're gonna be. Kaitos
even
is
if
like,
maybe
you
Dexy,
could be
it
against a caster.
it may not be
Maybe
a fight.
it may not be a fight. It might be an obstacle course.
It may be an obstacle course of some sort, or a
yeah,
maze,
I've got a plus
some kind of
13.
physical trial.
As you guys are getting up and talking amongst yourself as who do you guys to elect, Tifa mentions that when you guys are ready to go to the next dock, on the main island, one of the lower docks, she kind of gives Andreas you can kind of see it from your ship. They want you to
Can
go
we see the island
down
that
to the
it's
floor.
attached to? Oh,
Hmm?
okay, it's a bigger one.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
the bigger
Okay.
And so
I was
as you
trying to see
guys,
if maybe I could figure out like Kaitos is gonna be like looking down there to see if there's any hints down there of like what might
nope,
be.
nope.
I mean,
Nope.
it
I mean,
could
we
just
can
be a
always
trial of.
we can always say, okay, this is going to be our first person, but when we get there and we actually kind of see what it is, if it's more
I
of
don't
an
think they're having
obstacle
us
kind of
commit
thing,
to it until we get there, right?
yeah, they're not really
Timmy?
having us commit until we get there.
Mhm. Yep.
Like actually because that was kind of like how it was with Protec's deal, was we were already, I think, in the arena, and he's like, choose your worthy fighter. We chose Protec, so that was already, I think, right.
Oh yeah,
That
no,
was what
Kaitos would have
happened.
been just like, yep. Do Protec.
So we could
Um,
see what the deal is, and kind of just see what the at least area looks like. If it's looking like another arena type thing where it's just flat, maybe it's combat. If there's maybe something else where the terrain is definitely different, we could be looking at like more of a puzzle, maze kind of situation.
I still think Alamos is our best bet with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not
I need
saying anything. It's
spells.
just
I have a gun.
it could give us a better idea, but like I said, we don't know exactly what. So, but as Tim says, there's obviously a weakness that is supposed to exploit on us, our weakness. So whoever goes in, that's kind of, we have to figure out what is each person's
Oh,
weakness in a way too, so that they can prepare in a sense. So like for me, yeah, I'm not Dexy, I'm intelligent, but I don't really have a lot of strength. My constitution is a little low, so I could get hit. I'd have to be very careful on that. Alamos can take a hit, is a little Dexy, but when it
it's
comes
really
to
sexy.
trying to go against range type people who stay out of the fight, like casters and such,
Oh, you
he
better
tends to
go
have
first.
some issues getting that
I
gap
hear
filled.
you, and I
So,
say gun.
Says I
but
can.
can you?
I do have a gun.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is also guns can miss, backfire,
Damn.
be
Fucking spells.
deflected, shell. I'm just saying, there's weaknesses to all of us, so I
Mhm.
can't just say that Alamos would be the definite choice.
That's
Kythos
I've
would be a
also
definite choice for
recently
something.
picked up
So.
fog cloud, so that can come to my use if I'm having to fight someone who's range.
I mean, there is the bonus to Alamos of high dex and fairly resistant to a good chunk of damages too.
I was going to
Like,
say resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, poison, and slashing.
yep. Also can't be diseased and can't be put to sleep at the very least. So if it is a situation where they're going through with traps,
But what's your? Let's just throw this out. What's your wisdom score?
A wisdom, +1.
Hold person. You're screwed. critical hits automatically.
All
I'm
I'm
just saying
saying is
that's a
I was
situation.
able to dodge
That's a
it.
situation that can throw. So
Oh no,
Okay,
this
well,
is
I can't be
purely
fucking I can't be perfect in everything.
So
no,
This
but
is this
I'm
isn't a
just saying is that
conversation of us trying to
there's
I'm
fight
things
not
that
going to
can
walls.
be
be
the
rotated
Hail
around.
Mary of.
Crosses
I'm not going to be
is
like Protec. That's
Crosses
that
is
goes
going
like
through the
fucking sick
strategies
nat
and
20.
going through the tactical advantages and disadvantages of everything. Like it's not
It's what I do. Yeah, it's
like
even
Kaitos is like,
as
oh
like my
no,
player. That's what I do.
But
But even
equally,
crosses,
you pointed
yeah.
out
Kaitos
you
is
have
just
like 6 floors in it. It's my floors. I have a plus. one
You're
to
breaking
wisdom.
up real bad, Daniel. I'm
yeah,
catching
you're getting
in and out.
staticky.
yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Hang on. Hang on.
But like Kaitos is sitting here like nodding along because like Kaitos has shown that he's got some tactical intelligence from whatever
about
background, and
now?
Kaitos is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I can
Because so
hear
you're
you.
like, if we think about Liv,
Oh.
where she's
She's
even
got a
dex,
one.
she's
No,
got
she's
one.
not. I thought she was more Dexy than
Okay,
she
then
is.
never.
She
I
is not
thought she
Dexy.
was too. I
Uh,
hadn't really looked at her character. So really, the only 2 major dex types is Alamos and Crosses.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Constitution types are Protec
Thorny.
and Thorny.
I'm up there too.
What I was gonna say, what is your
18.
Constitution?
I'm plus
So
4.
you're +4, which
Plus
is pretty
5.
good because even a high Constitution benefits concentration spells and
My
that too.
constitution is a +9. Oh well.
No, that's not your
Plus 5.
constitution
That's-
additive.
You
That's
can't
your
save.
That's your
me.
save.
I was gonna say I'm a
Oh,
plus
wait.
9 to my kids. Can't save too.
Uh,
We're like, damn, dude,
You
you're
have
like
you have
over
a plus
20.
7 to your yeah.
uh,
Well, no,
plus-
that's your saves.
So it's
Plus 8.
I think
You're
strategy
plus
wise
3.
would definitely find out what the arena is going to look like.
Oh, my constitution
Um,
17.
Yep.
Is this is the Dex one? This is the Dex
Yeah.
trials.
So I would
correct? Okay.
say Crosses or Alamos. The thing with,
One of those 2. Yeah.
like I said, the bonus to Alamos has a lot of
I
resistances.
think it's I
and-
also, in conclusion to high damage, like if this is a fight, I also do have some spell coverage.
Yeah,
I
you
have
get a
stuff
little
I
bit of
can use to
spells.
my advantage.
As the boat
Yeah.
is docked to the next island, as the gangway attaches to the ship and whatnot, you can see off the side there are a couple of tables, and a couple of the wyvern riders, the Drodeca, their wyverns kind of off to the side kind of thing, and there's 3 of them standing at the bottom of the gangway just waiting for you guys to approach them.
Yeah. Walk up.
All right. As you guys are walking down, you hear Tifa ask, all right, which one of you is participating in this particular trial?
Can I roll perception to see if I can notice anything about the arena? Or is it kind of too high to see anything?
Roll me a perception.
Can we even see the arena from here?
Oh wait, hang on. I was meant to roll that with advantage. Hang on.
I was gonna say.
Shit, that made no
with
difference.
with rolling an insight, also just to kind of check the body language of these Drodecas, like to also give a hint.
Sure.
Might be. Okay.
So with a 14 perception, you see that around where they're standing are these green flags. They're not like big and bright, but they're on the ground. And you see this walkway that like their path on either side of the pathway up into side of a large wall that has a door on it. You kind of can see that maybe the arena is going to be inside there, given that's like the pathway.
I know.
The body language, they seem at the ready, but you don't really see anything to hint if that really gives you like, any like deception or anything like that. They're just, all right, which one of you is it?
Got it. I mean,
I'm happy to do this.
I don't really. I'm not gonna try
It's
to fight
50-50.
to. Yeah. So
I'd say Alamos.
Okay.
Just fair
So
to
as they acknowledge Alamos, Tifa holds out her hand, and there seems to be this like silver medallion. You're required to wear this. It will mark you as the one on this trial, which is kind of weird because
Ooh, shiny.
Protect didn't necessarily have to wear anything for it, but the arena had the seating for you guys and whatnot, and you see the other Drodeca. They start wandering over to the tables, and they're filtering through what looks to be paperwork and files and folders, and they bring that and maybe a quill and ink, and they start handing you guys these papers to fill out. Like, you know, just sign here, just to acknowledge if anybody gets hurt or whatnot. It's nothing, nothing to be concerned of us, and yeah, like fine print and everything like that. It just
Al is
seems
getting
like,
the vibe that this is
what
like
is
one of those
this?
haunted house type things where you're going through like one of the super scary haunted house type things where it's
Colorado's
just
13th floor.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
okay.
have one of
The
those.
only one
We
who
have
doesn't
of those.
receive this packet of paperwork is Elamos,
Almost.
who's free to kind of
Oh,
like
joy.
wander around and whatnot. And yeah,
How many
the
pages of paperwork is
Dodreca,
this?
it looks like to be like 15, maybe 20.
Oh.
There's a lot there. And it's a lot
I'm
to
a
kind of
fast
keep.
reader.
And well, it's a lot to keep your focus
Okay,
because
no,
in
here's
this
what's
moment,
going to happen for Kaitos. Because I know Crosses isn't going to sign something without reading it. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to mind link with Crosses and let his inner monologue of getting the text give it to me because he can read fast.
Probably because I feel that slight psychic touch. I'm
So
just
we
like,
can-
oh, it's Kaito. Sure, I'll just let her. I'll
Can
just
I
let
get
him
in on that? Because
so
That's
The
really
reading
nice.
isn't
You
happening
just
here
catch
either.
someone just willing
This-
to buys it, and you're like, oh yeah, sure. Here's my thoughts.
well, this is where it gets a little weird because Alamos, in this moment, you feel like all of your teammates and the Drodeca are distracted. As you see out of the corner of your eye on one of the tables seems to be a large bag of what maybe coin. Maybe one of the Drodecas had, placed a pouch or something. Maybe that's the, winner's fee. But out of the corner of your eye, you see it suddenly gets snatched in the hands of maybe a 13, 14-year-old girl as she just takes off sprinting into the city.
God damn it, Blue's morally correct. Yeah, Blue, fucking Alamos kind of takes over and then goes running after the kid.
All right.
Catches up easy.
Do we spot
All right.
Alamos running then? Since we're
You
so
see
distracted, all
Alamos
of us.
take off, and for anybody that's looking up from this pile of paperwork, all three Drodecas are smiling as you hear Tifa says, "The trial has begun."
I look at her, I'm like,
Damn
do I
it.
even have to sign this stuff?
Nope. As you
Okay.
realize that all the paperwork, like all the ink starts to just fade, and it's just a pile of papers as they take it back from you guys. But yeah, the little, all you see is Alamos take off. You don't really even notice what happened to the moments beforehand. So the little girl goes taking off into the city with this automaton chasing afterwards. She has a move speed that is just faster than yours. So it does it. She drags you into the center of to the city. There's a lot of bustling commotion. Some of the streets get a little claustrophobic as there are merchants and people. Think about going through a bazaar kind of thing. It's very crowded. You have to be very dexterous in being able to zigzag it. And because she is also a lot smaller than you, she has a little bit more of advantage to zigzag through. So you are keeping chase. You are just matching her speed, but she's still got, 20, 30 feet ahead of you kind of thing. And at one point she does this little slide under a cart. And as she slides under the cart, she hits a piece of wood, causing the tent above to collapse partly. And now you have a couple of barrels rolling after you. I need a dex check.
Oh boy. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good.
That's not bad.
That's not my
Not
best.
bad. That's a nice
It's
middle
not bad.
ground.
Not my bet. It's not
for
my
a
bet.
lot
Not
of
avoiding a
No,
spell.
yeah. You're not trying
manage-
to avoid something major.
You manage
Like,
to kind of like read the speed of the barrels coming at you, and you just jump at the right time, sail over them. But the slide, the pathway that the girl went seems closed, so now you have to figure out another path around. And you get to a fork in the road, kind of one to the left, one to the right. Which way do you go?
Can I do a perception check? Or is this too fast paced?
No, perception check, sure.
Alright, I'm hoping I just fucking spot her. Alright, I'll roll it again, but I was meant to do that with. That was almost a nat 20. You bitch.
rolling twice is still rolling advantage, even though if
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah, I
click,
know,
so-
but it's still annoying.
Yep, left side you don't
almost
see
nat
anything. Right side you swear you catch a small shadow ducking around a corner.
I bolt off that direction.
All right, you bolt off to the right, and you're just running. You're keeping chase. You hear what seems to be a coin or two drop, and as you get closer, you do realize that like a single gold piece has dropped, probably from the bag as she's hustling through everything.
Can I just like
And-
grab it? Just kind of bend down and grab it as I'm chasing off.
Sure.
Ah,
Yeah.
BRB.
So as you see it like hopping on the ground, you kind of throw your arm under and scoop it up and start running, but that kind of reaffirms that you must be going in the right direction. You get to a pathway where you're running and you seem to be like a level above the bazaar kind of thing as you've kind of like slowly gone upward. You can see her running in the crowd below you. And you see a couple of different pathways. There's a way you can maybe slide down. You could probably jump across. There's ropes and whatnot that are going across,
How
hanging
high up
clothes and tents. You're about like 20 feet.
What's the damage per feet?
1d6 per 10 feet.
I fucking leap down. I just jump.
All right. I will need another
Would
deck
that
save.
be- Oh, okay. Deck save. Alright. Saves. I just realized they did a deck save for fun of a check. But I still have +5 anyway. Dirty 20.
All right. You just leap down into the crowd. And with the deck save, you manage not to hit anybody
Nice.
as you land, and you kind of do into a land of a bit of a roll. You do kind of feel the impact as you'll end up taking 8 fall damage
Alright, that's fine.
from just the impact. The ground around you kind of like shakes and runs. Like you're a heavy contraption that just dropped 20 some feet. You kind of create like a small hole in the ground kind of thing, a little bit of a crater, but you take off after the little girl. And you can tell like maybe she might be like a thieves guild or something, because the paths that she's taken, the wall climb, this is a parkour person. But you're leaping and you're trying to keep up after her. Give me a perception check.
This time I remember to roll with advantage. That's pretty good. I'll take that.
All right. You're still able to keep an eye on her, even though you're zigzagging through the crowd, and you see her going up a ladder ahead of you, up onto one of the housing rooftops.
Okay.
You follow?
Yeah.
All right. You start climbing up this ladder, only to see her boot at the very top kick the ladder away from the building. I need a deck save.
Well, I was going to say I have an idea, but I don't know if it would work.
What's that?
Well, my idea is to go like and form and stick my claws into the wall. I don't know if that would work or not.
Regardless of how you do it, it's still going to require a deck save.
Yeah, deck save, yeah. I'll save like and form. Shit. Oh, please. Fuck.
So yeah, you manage to try to scramble up the top of this ladder, maybe to try to jump off before it hits, but it comes crashing down with you kind of like on top of you, like it breaks because it's just a little wooden ladder as you hit the ground. But she just smiles and takes off again, increasing more of that lead that you were slowly catching up to.
I'm gonna roll perception to find maybe a quick way, maybe something I can jump up on.
You don't see anything you can jump on, but you see that off to the left is the front door to this house. You consider maybe if you just barrel into it, maybe with a strength check.
Wait, the house that she just went into.
The house that she's on top of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a just shoulder bash into it.
All right, I need a athletics or strength check, whichever's higher.
Athletics, I can roll advantage.
All right. So you decide to run off to the left and shoulder check the front door as it just smashes into pieces. You kind of like keeping your footing as the occupants inside just freak out, but they're kind of sitting off to the right of you. And you see that kind of zigzagging out the back. There's another door that you can maybe smash through, or there's a very large window over what looks to be like the kitchen sink, and you can just see shadow of the girl still on the rooftops above you. What do you got? You got two options.
How thick would this roof be?
Hmm?
Oh, never mind. Actually, never mind. Door to window. I'll go to the window and then see if I can get to the roof from there.
Okay, so you run to the window.
Yeah.
It's large enough that you could probably jump through or climb through. And you do see that there's like a ladder outside that would probably be able to get you up to the rooftops. But you got to act fast because it's just buying you time.
All right. Yeah, I go for the ladder.
All right. So I need a dex check. A save check.
There we go.
All right. So you managed to just spider climb practically out the window. You kind of leap off onto the ladder and start climbing up. Once you get to the top, you notice that the little girl's jumping across to different rooftops. She's about just a house ahead of you. But you see a possibility to potentially catch up to her. So do you continue sprinting?
Yep.
All right. So you go barreling after her. You do close the gap. There's one moment where you see her trip. She trips and kind of does this lower, like, bit of a roll, pausing just for a second to get back up to her feet. She turns around for a split second, and you have now closed the gap by half. So what were you, about like maybe 20, 30 feet? You're now within like 10 to 15. She takes off sprinting again with you closing behind. You get to the edge of what seems to be this row of houses, and she decides to do this moment where you see her into the air and then you see her disappear over the wall. You're still a little far away to notice that when you're approaching that edge, you notice that this line of houses falls down into what looks to be a much lower level courtyard. And she has just leapt off the edge. I need a perception check.
All right. Okay.
You notice the cartfuls of hay that she probably just leapt down into. But you kind of also see attached to this rooftop that kind of goes down towards this courtyard is a series of ropes that look like that they're holding something probably aloft. And you see that as you can either try to jump after her or you can try to slide down this rope that will also lead down to this courtyard.
Are they both like kind of would get me the same distance, or would jumping me down maybe give me more speed? Or more of a
Either
close
way
in.
will probably get you there in the same time frame. You just have you would just either be jumping blind or sliding down something that you would have a little bit more control of it, because you can see where that's tied down in the courtyard.
Yeah, I'll play it safe. I'll go for the rope.
Alrighty, I need a dex check.
Shit. Okay, that's not.
All right, you go to leap off the building and you try to grab that rope, but you get a grip on it for a second, but then you just can't seem to hold on. Maybe you didn't get a greatest of grip, and you start to kind of free fall. But in that moment, as you're falling, you're looking around for other things you can potentially grapple onto, and you see one opportunity that can catch your fall. A piece of a wall or a stone that is within your reach that you can potentially try to grab a hold on to.
Okay, this is just back at the table, sitting there going, I should have linked with them so I could hear the
Oh,
internal.
it would be. I'd be out of range by now.
Nope.
Oh, he's got a very far
yeah,
range.
it's true. Oh, that's true.
This
that's
link's
true.
got miles.
Like
4 miles.
I was gonna say you calculated like 4 to 5. Yeah,
At 4 miles,
yeah.
you can link with anybody in this island and probably have full communication with all the islands.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the
Charisma will be higher. It'll be 5.
All right.
I should
Dex save to see if you can grab that or if you continue free falling.
Hey Tim, how long is this trial going to take? So I'm gonna ask Tifa, how long is this trial do you think is going to take?
She shrugs and says it varies from everybody. Some people have done it.
BRB less than a minute.
Okay. Some people have done it very quickly. Some people have taken a while.
I'm gonna fly and wander, and I'm gonna have Kythos linked up.
Yeah.
Well, at first when you said, "Can I go wander?" she's like, "Well, we really can't permit you to be walking around the grounds." And then you're like, "No, I want to fly and wander." In which they're like, "Well, in that case, yeah, fine, fuck it." But as long as you're not interfering with the area, and we'll know. And they're like, "We'll know if you try to help magically."
I don't know. Like, is there a sense of where we might know where he's at, so I can like try to stay away from that area? I'm not gonna plan on casting any spells, but like I kind of want to like just wander around in the area.
At the moment, at the moment, they're probably just on the other side of the island.
So if I decided to maybe go over to the island of Spears or like over here or like up top, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll go wander. So I'll link up with Kythos and
okay, this is like you got 12 minutes.
Let me know. Yeah, let me know when Alamos is back and I'll come back.
Oh yeah, 12 minutes. I can't talk to you anymore, but that's fine.
I thought we were already linked up actually. Telepathically.
We are. I just restarted.
I'm back.
Timer, basically.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. So as Crassus is now just flying around, just like observing everything. Yeah. So you just barely grab a hold of this ledge. Your claws are kind of like, or your grip is kind of like sliding down the side of it. You're quickly trying to scramble. You see the girl crawling out of the hay pile and brushing herself off a minute. She doesn't quite see you because she thinks that you're already on the ground, so she's looking around for you.
Upstairs. Go upstairs.
Can I roll stealth?
I mean, you're still kind of in the midst of a fall.
Fair.
You're not quite on the ground. You jumped off a building, missed the rope that you were going to slide down, and just managed to catch part of the side of a building that you're kind of like slowly descending from, like as you're sliding, because you don't really have like iron grip kind of deal.
No, that's fair.
You can potentially try to leap for something else to try to get you on the ground. You're about another 20 feet off the ground to maybe you decide to go for another free fall, assuming that you don't hit anybody or anything on the way down. But all you know is that you're above where this girl is
First
at.
thing I'm gonna do, I've got an idea. I'm gonna cast Disguise Self. I'm just completely. I'm just gonna make myself just like I don't know, just like a. I don't know, an elf. Just basically blend in the crowd because if she's not looking for an elf.
Well,
That's
no,
my
but
one
you're
theory.
also, well, like I said, you're also in the air. You're
Yeah, no, I know.
you're not on the ground yet.
I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it when I'm on the ground. I'm just gonna go for the ground.
All right, so you're just gonna leap.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's 4 fall damage as you just kind of slam onto the ground. I also need a dex save to see how well you land.
Not well.
No, not well at all. So you go and kind of let go just to try to hit the ground faster. But as you are falling, you notice that there is a horse and buggy that passes under you.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
But you're conflicted because the buggy looks to be carrying a cart of dirt. You try to avoid it, but does not, and you fall feet first into this dirt cart.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
The cart shatters underneath your weight as you impact. You still take the 4 falling damage.
Okay.
But in that instant of impact, you realize this isn't dirt you have fallen into.
Oh no.
Ew.
You cruel person. God damn it.
Do you know what you fell into?
Yes. You don't even have to say it. I
Let's just
know
say
what
it
this
anyways.
is.
Can we just say it anyways?
Yeah.
God.
Dragon Dung.
Yeah, it's a
Wyvern
newer
duck.
cart. Yeah, you crawl out of this, and this is where there's that moment of, you jump out of this gunk, and you look around, and you are having this momentary staring contest with the teenage girl still holding that bag of what looks to be coin in her hand.
I'm gonna kill you.
She's just kind of frozen there waiting to see what you do before she does anything. What do you do?
Sec.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike so I get that extra 30 feet of movement speed.
Okay.
And then just fucking launch.
Alrighty. So, you cast Zephyr Strike. You give yourself a boost. And as you're casting this, she takes off down a corridor. But very quickly, your Zephyr Strike gives you that boost. You go into a sprint and close that gap.
How close am I? Oh. Oh, wow, I'm close.
You are right on top of you. She, as soon as you get within arm's length range, she stops. And all she does is start bleeding. What do? Also, in this moment, the corridor or the hall or the alleyway that she went down, there is not another soul in sight.
I flick dragon dung in her eyes and go for the coin bag.
How cruel, but okay. Yeah, you kind of
He didn't put you in the dung.
you swing your arm, causing a bunch of this manure to fly at her face, and you go for a swipe at the bag.
Yep.
All right, give me I guess, acrobatics or straight dex.
Acrobatics or strength?
Acrobatics or straight dex.
Oh,
Whichever's
straight
higher.
dex. Oh.
Yeah, basically it's a dex check, but I'm letting you use acrobatics. Even though blinded, you go to reach for the bag and she just lifts it above her head quickly, just barely rolling better than you to avoid your grab. But with her free hand, she is trying desperately to get this gunk out of her face.
Is she still kind of standing there?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking just grab her arm.
All right. I need a...
Yeah. Alright. So what is it?
either an acrobatics or a dex check.
Okay.
Gotta land a 2-hit.
God damn it!
You go to grab for her arm, but she kind of like takes a half step back, right out of the way, like just before you can land a finger on her. She's still trying to rub the crap out of her face, but she just keeps flailing and moving. You're not able to get a good grab on either her or the bag.
This girl is pissing me off. Fuck it, tackle. Only thing I can think at this point. I'm just gonna tackle and just get on top of her.
So acrobatics or athletics.
200-pound weight.
Yeah. Essentially, what we're trying to get you is to get to land a 2-hit against her check, but
Yeah. So, wait, did you say acrobatics or athletics?
or athletics. Either trying to dexterously grab her, or you're just trying to make impact to slam her to the ground.
Yeah, I'm just basically going
Alrighty.
full tackle.
Yeah. Boom. You end up just bringing her down to the ground. She cries out for help. But she can't seem to really get away from you at the moment. She's still got poo in her eyes and you've kind of got her pinned to the ground.
I grab the bag. Or try to.
All right. You managed to successfully grab the bag out of her hand. She can't really seem to evade you.
Kind of stand up. Brush myself off.
Yep. She stands up, brushes her face off, and she's still got that, like, what are you going to do with me look to you.
I got covered in shit. Because of you. and then just walks off.
You walk off?
I just walk off.
All
I
right.
put the wine bag in my fucking wrist thing, whatever it's called.
As you are trying to summon your inventory to put the bag inside, the bag kind of just goes poof in this multicolored confetti. As you're walking away, and as you spin around,
What the fuck?
all you hear is the slow clapping of one of the many unseen Drodeca, just slow capping in where the girl was standing. There's just
That was it.
the Drodeca warrior slow clap, and yep, he's all like, "Yep, you succeeded. You can head back to your friends." The medallion, as he kind of gestures to his own chest, told us everything we needed to know. As you realize, as now the medallion kind of gives off this faint glow.
Some fucking bullshit.
Are you able to return to your friends, or would you need an escort?
Get out myself.
As he's like, okay, and makes his way out.
Chicken, I'm gonna kill you. This motherfucker DMs me Sadhorn.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Chicken, you're
Succeeded.
you start wandering back to the group. You're kind of, I'm guessing you're not moving very quickly.
I'm Deltas is pissed.
Probably
It's
stomping,
that
if
angry,
anything.
like stomp.
Kythos, there's that moment where one of the Dodecas kind of like lean over to kind of speak to her, and she just starts smiling and says, "All right. Seems like your metallic friend has succeeded in this trial." And on their way back here.
Oh. I'll shoot to Crosses wherever Crosses is at. Like, I almost succeeded. He's on his way back. He's not back yet though, so you got time. How long did it take before we got?
Oh, this
that
whole
notification?
thing was like maybe like a good 10 minutes.
Okay,
Just
so like
sprinting through the
you've got
city.
10 minutes at least. If it took 10 minutes sprinting, guys, was like, yeah, you got at least 10 minutes or so before you gotta be back here.
Question: Did
Hmm.
I was just kind of, like I said, just wandering, checking the area. Anything of interest that I noticed about the area that I don't know.
Interest?
I mean, yeah, like I'm trying to think, like cross it, like trying to think of like what would I be looking when I'm wandering. Architecture, motifs of them, trying to connect what their story is with the whole, like, oh, this has been here eons, and it's like, okay, but our timeline is different, so it's like,
The architecture is something you've seen before.
right, okay.
Very early in your adventures.
Would that have been down in the cave, or
It would have been underneath. Would have been under the Bruxus Underground, or not Bruxus Underground.
the Foundry Underground?
Foundry Underground.
Oh.
So
Where it had a very
after-
particular multi-language. Like parts of it looked Elvish, parts of it looked Dwarven,
the
parts of
Greek
it, like it's
language
the
that
mixture. Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
Okay. Am I noticing like I'm not gonna be able to carbon date this shit, but like is there like a
Was that meant to
noticeable
be a
difference
joke?
of like wear and tear to the buildings? Like growth, nature having taken over certain stuff. Um, kind of
Yeah,
in that
compared to other
specific
buildings,
timeline.
especially like the spire in the central island, um, it the spire seems to be like the newest addition to all the islands, because the central island has that secondary layer, that as you're kind of flying around looks like it was built to reach the top. Um, Considering that there doesn't seem any other way to go from this, lower level mid tier to this upper level
Unless
on the
you've got a
central
wyvern.
island,
So it's like
unless you have a
that's the
wyvern.
elevator. Yeah.
Which
But yeah, it
type
just
of
seems to be this
stay in.
long spirally tower that goes up there. A lot of the island of duels, the walls on the central island are all built. They seemingly extra thick, extra durable. Because if this type of architecture was built in a tundra environment, the just severe cold would have slowly have brittled and broken away a lot of the structure unless they built it to survive the cold. Which kind of tells you where these islands originated from. How they got up into their current positions, that just kind of seems like random happenstance. But other than the tower, everything seems to all be visibly built around the same time frame. And whether they were built by hand or if they were just willed into existence,
Hard to say.
hard to say. But you can tell that out of this group of people that happen to be on these islands, the most that they've built has been this spire that combines the two. Still, like designed and built in the same motif as the other buildings, but it's kind of
Probably just
clear
used-
that it's still just the newest. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll make my way back. Then still just kind of more just not going through the areas that I've already kind of looked at, just kind of but swinging back around
Mhm.
areas that I haven't explored, but I'll make my way back.
A lot of the villages and towns and things that you have visited, despite the places seem to be older than the populace itself, it's pretty clear that whether it be the Foundry or the Bruxus or these Sky Islands kind of thing, they've done really well with what resources that they have. And figuring out how to create resources and stuff like that. Like being this high up in the sky, there's that question of, how do they attain fresh water? There's a lot of theories because it's like, what do the Dodecas do? They have white wyverns. Are they able to get down into the clouds? Even when you had like swept your hand through the clouds and realized just how icy that were, maybe they're scooping up some of that. The answers aren't completely answered, but our questions are completely answered, but you being a man of intellect can kind of piece it together and be like, damn, a lot of these people are just good at surviving, whether it be the Foundry or Bruxus or any of the little places you've seen. If you've seen somebody living there, people in this area seem very good about just survival.
Which kind of
just
seems
sitting here listening to the internal monologue.
which kind of
Mhm.
seems a little interesting because even though we all come from like areas, I hail from Baldur's Gate and Faerun, that's not really something we see all too often. So it's like, okay, obviously the magic of summoning these people here, who started, it itself kind of even took that into account of like their strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then of course, obviously, the people who were born and raised here just learned those skills from their parentals and mentors and such. Anyway, so
Yep. Yep. You have a whole generation of people in this Parallax that just have this knack to just take what they have and thrive off of it. But yeah, you end up coming back to rejoin the others. You'll get there a few minutes earlier than the other, as coming around a corner is Alamos. As they're slowly.
It's all crosses. Alamos is bad.
right when
And
I'm
that's
just
probably
like lying down and be like, yeah, I see that. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Yeah, even as you're
guy
flying
used to be
down,
the
it's
man to
it's clear as day. Alamos is not happy.
And
he's covered in shit.
I was gonna say, do we get the whiff? Do we get the smell before they even approach?
Nope, not quite yet. They're still kind of a ways, but you can just the way Alamos is just walking back to the group, like, you know, from yeah.
I'm just
Like-
gonna like look at how upset he is, and I'm gonna look at Jax and be like, we have two options here. You can prestidigitate him before he gets close, or we can wait for him to get to the group, but I wouldn't put it past Alamos to try and hug one of us while he's in that state.
Range is always the answer.
I'll just stay up. I'll just stay up here in the sky.
Well, I know, I'm pretty sure Jax has prestidigitate.
I do
Mhm.
too.
I don't.
I could swap it.
Prestidigitation,
you don't
however,
have
only
to-
works in a 10-foot range.
Oh, I know. But I'm like prepping Jax. We've got two options here, and they look upset. Well, you guys have clothes. I have fur. I'd rather not try and get that out of my fur. I mean, you've got prestidigitate, but I just
Alamos gets about like 30 feet from the group, and Jax is gonna kind of like run up, like, "What up, dude?" and does these like little finger guns, but is just sitting there going, press. We're gonna clean you off a little bit because holy crap, do you smell? And just pew, 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 and drops like 2 or 3 castings of prestidigitation to just instantly clear up. Here, we're gonna put you through a little bath of pew, 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 pew.
Still just shit. Still just pissed off. Just walks past without even acknowledging Jax.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and considering that prestidigitation can only do about 1 cubic foot, even as you're walking past, he's still like, "All right, pew 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 pew," until you're
Jax
completely
finger
like,
guns.
yeah, just the whole, just gonna get, oh, miss a spot, cool, cast,
Mhm.
until by the time you approach the rest of the group, you are now de-shitterized.
I mean, depending on how you take prestidigitation, you're probably actually better oiled now too.
Yeah.
Okay, so not squeaky clean.
Jeez.
For your
I'm
joints.
so happy. Thank you for that.
No.
Guys are just gonna look at Alamos and be like, have fun.
We won.
They told us you exceed. Did they tell us that Alamos succeeded, or just that he completed? They completed. Okay.
Yep, completed.
I won, and I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
One joke, and I will strangle you.
Did you have a good fight?
I mean, you could try, but okay.
Even Jax is in the back now, being like, "This is why I'm trying to help, okay?"
Did you remember the
I
first
just watched
knife?
one of the Dragon Rider people just like What next?
As they kind of gesture to the green flags walking into one of the doors on the side of the building, it's like, now for the third and final. Who do you guys want as your representative for that?
Are we going in with them? Or are they going in there by themselves?
They can go into the first room.
What was the hint we got for this one again?
Con.
On that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I only have like +1.
Oh,
Probably not
so
very-
we got.
Yeah,
What
I
is
only
it?
got
Both
+1,
Protec
so
and Thorny
definitely.
are at 20?
I know I am.
I already did one.
You did already do one. This is gonna be like, you did good. You stay.
I mean,
So,
if I'm
I mean,
nominated,
I
I'll
think-
do it. But I don't think that's really fair to the other
So I
players.
think technically that comes down to Thorny or Kythos, but Kythos is gonna be like,
I'm more than happy to do it. Hopefully it involves drinking.
good lord, you rolled well for your stats.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
good. Kythos is just gonna be like, I mean, I've got good con. I'm very charming. And I do have strength. The problem is my school was boring. I'll just put it that way.
I could also try it.
That's okay, Steve.
As you guys are being led down this path into these large sets of double doors, does anyone want to throw a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah, I can with
I
advantage.
do.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't roll to live.
Oh, fuck yeah, 24.
I was at 29.
Damn.
At 8.
Damn.
I wasn't so pissed.
These
but like
large,
Yeah.
large brass metallic double doors, when closed, as they currently are, looks like that split down the middle. Each door has half of what looks to be a bull's head with two very large curvy horns.
Oh my god.
I didn't roll well.
And as you guys approach, the
Cat's
doors
got an idea.
swing open to a
Cat's
very
distracted by
small, very dimly lit room.
I vote Thorny, honestly.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
the
I mean,
most
if we're
sense to
keeping
me.
things all unfair, Thorny. But I can see Protect Westallable.
Yeah, Andreas will vote Thorny.
That's saying I have to draw, but I vote Thorny.
Does Thorny want to is the question.
Thorny's
All
more
right.
than happy to.
Okay.
Like I said, I just hope it involves drinking.
You guys
How
walk
much
in.
more?
And not running.
You guys walk into
It's
this
not running.
darkened room, and as you guys are walking in,
Oh, Jesus.
The Drodecas get to the door frame and then they stop. Tifa says, "You guys can conjure here, but only one may enter that far door. Once
Are
these
there-
doors close again, your magics will no longer work." As the doors start to close, and they're all outside of it, so they're just outside of that door closing. So you guys have like maybe like one little bit like choose your champion and good luck.
Are there any rules we need to know about? And is there anyone left in the room if magic doesn't work, or anybody's magic doesn't work?
Yeah, I guess that would be the clarification. We're allowed to follow them into here. If we want to watch what happens, we have to stay in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will my magic
Wait,
work?
did they gesture towards the doors that the person was supposed to go through, or the doors that are closing behind us right now?
No. So the big double doors that you guys entered are closing.
Right.
The dodecas are outside of it. They're going to stay
Right.
outside the chambers. and they said that the champion that passes through the door behind you is the only one that can enter.
Right.
And once these double doors close, magic will no longer function. Or your magics will no longer work.
So that means
Does it fit?
It doesn't mean that magic won't function for the companion, for the champion. Or
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
So it just
I mean,
sounds
I'm
like
game either way.
Yep.
Yeah, whoever.
So,
it sounds like who's ever left in the room. That's
the
what
big,
happens, yeah.
the big brass doors slam shut, and there seems to be like a click. Couple of sconces, fire sconces in along the room light up.
Mhm.
And you just hear this faint echo throughout the entire room. Choose your champion.
I want to test something,
God
Tim,
damn it.
because my mental link, as far as I know, is an ability. Like, it's not a spell, not magic I cast. It's just an at-will ability I get to do.
Mm-hmm.
Telepath.
It's
I'm
not
gonna
magic.
Test it. Yeah, I'm gonna test it with somebody else in the room, basically, and just be like, "Does this still work?"
It still works because it's not magic. It's a physical ability.
Manifest from your control room.
Oh, but
But-
we're not supposed to interfere, are we?
No, you're not.
But you'd also be able to sense that as soon as those double doors just close shut, all of your magical gear, all of your magical senses, all of your spells, you just kind of feel them buzz out. As now that the doors are closed, it has triggered some sort of anti-magical barrier.
Well,
That you think that this entire room and potentially the arena ahead of you is all encompassed in.
so,
Alright.
I mean, I'll look at Thorny.
I'm still
like-
game.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Anyone opposed to me jumping in?
I mean, the only thing I would say is what your character has a lot of magic-based spells. That's my worry.
None of your magic items work either, though.
Not
That's
and
just
I know, but
basically any magical anything just stopped working.
So it's gotta be natural con.
You're wearing living plate armor, Perma.
Which is technically.
Oh.
Your armor what is Perma's armor or Andres' armor doing? 'Cause
Nothing.
It's magical.
Yeah, kinda, but it's also a
referred to it.
living creature.
It's a thing. Not
so yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna walk through the door.
oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, either rock, paper, scissors, or somebody just walk through.
Yep,
Cool.
I'm just going in.
To everybody else, Thorny passes through the door and just nothing. Kind of just walks into darkness.
I was
but
tempted to form a link, but at the same time, I didn't know if that was going to interfere
Interfering.
because they can't actually monitor what I'm saying to Thorny. So I opted to not. Just driving me nuts, but we can. So Thorny goes through there, but they said we'd be able to watch by being in this room. Am I?
You'd be able to stay in support, yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, Thorny, you walk through and there's a hallway to the left and right of you.
Well, it never fails to go right, so I'll go right.
You go down to the end of the hall. And there's another small hallway in front of you.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I should have stayed out of this trial and gotten the breeding
And
ground.
if anything, I should probably trigger
Stayed out of the.
you to be more
gone to, like, one of the breeding
sized to
grounds
the.
with Wyvern. Took
Of course you
notes
would
on
want to
how
go to the breeding
hatch a
ground.
Wyvern.
Another small hallway. As Thorny continues to go through, the stone floor beneath where Protec's standing starts to shift. The floor that you guys are in seems to be kind of like top to bottom a large rectangle with a bunch of different intricate pattern and designs. And as Thorny continues to move forward, you notice that there is a single metal piece that sticks up towards the bottom as it slowly seems to move forward. But on the far side of this tile floor, another little metal piece is moving towards the center.
Oh, so we've got a map basically of where
We
Thorny's
have a
going,
map. Exactly.
and we also see that there is another challenger in this place, which Al had put together just by looking at the door. But
Something bug.
oh,
I just realized.
we should have given
What if it's
Thorny
not?
some yarn.
I just realized something.
Hmm.
Might not be a bull.
As you were,
It might not be a bull. Is that what you said?
as you
I think
walk
it's a minotaur.
through, you notice several different pathways that unlock as you approach.
Oh, I hope I'm not right.
The Minotaur's maze.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Go over here and
not
look
a
down both
character.
halls.
You go over there and look down both halls.
Oh no.
You want ice cream? I get that. You're not getting ice cream for dinner.
Yeah, they literally only said con. Just wondering what else
Yeah,
is in this
you need
fucking
I hope
place.
he's gonna fight a minotaur.
Did she have anything for lunch?
But yeah, as even though you can't see Thorny, you can see what looks to be where Thorny entered from, moving around to the right. You see,
Do we have a actual like map on this floor? Or no?
I mean, I'm assuming Protect is gonna move, but this particular space, yeah.
Yeah.
It is just a giant map.
It's a map of the maze that Thorny's in. Yep.
Yep.
I was gonna say.
Now, do we see the whole map, like the whole maze itself, or does it, or is it revealing the more Thorny tends to explore, and then the other red dot is just kind of wandering in like this empty space?
You're seeing more clearly what Thorny sees. But for every move that Thorny makes, the other peg is also moving.
Are they moving in such a way like if like does it seem like the other one's movements are strictly based off Thorny's? Like is it mirroring?
No.
Okay.
I think it's just basically the maze itself. Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, I just wasn't sure. Like
No, fair. Like a mirror situation.
Mhm.
Who can get into the middle the quickest?
Oh, I'm probably still linked with crosses, so there's just like
This
Kaidos
very
is just
quiet, silent,
internal.
like
Yeah.
the two of you are like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And even Alamos is like, I don't think it's a bull, guys. And you guys are both going, oh shit.
I mean, Al probably had it clocked. Kaitos didn't have it clocked, and then Crosses probably thought it. Kaitos is like between.
It's 100%. Oh no, is it a Minotaur or
remember-
Centaur? I
I-
forget which one it is, but it's one of those.
It's
Minotaur.
Not say Minotaur.
Minotaur. It's
It had
Minotaur.
one.
Definitely.
The doors
Yeah,
had
Minotaur.
had bull horns, and the head of a bull kind of thing.
Could also just not be a Minotaur. It could be some amalgamation of it, because we're in a world with things that
Crosses
aren't
sort
quite
of-
right sometimes.
Crosses is
We're
sort
in a
of
world where
domain
things make no
there.
sense.
Crosses is what?
he's heard of myths from a different plane, from a plane of called Thesis, that of creatures called minotaurs, and
Hmm.
so he's like, I remember a story of a minotaur in a maze. That's like his inner monologue. He's like, yeah, what was that about?
Gaethos is just sitting there like, I should have just kept the fucking mental link with him.
Oh,
How
actually,
am I
we-
gonna help him?
build the wrong
I mean,
thing.
I've got
Let's
the
wall
other
That would
dude
have
I
been
could have given
interesting.
away. I could have given away that the Minotaur was in there. Plus, I've got no way to know if they can detect that. Because the medallion, did they give Thorny or did Thorny
Nope.
have a medallion appear or anything?
Nope.
Nope. The out of character, the medallion was mostly for that challenge, so that they could monitor and listen in. It was like a
This
active
is what I was
sending
trying to
stone.
reveal.
This is all like, it's not like I could help Thorny a ton anyway.
Yeah, because Alamos's
not the
trial
greatest.
took her all throughout the city. The medallion, more or less, was a thing about like a magical camera keeping track of what was going on.
But yeah, guys, it's just like, he's probably got it. It should be fine. And like, it's just the internal monologue of Kathis being like, we
now
sent
the only
our
way
main healer into a maze.
the only way I can reveal to the other players of what they're seeing on the ground in front of them, I can share my screen so they can watch it, as long as Church, you promise not to try to view it.
Yeah, you know I won't.
Okay. So then we'll do a screen share of this. Is it being fucker? Because I gotta maximize this for a second. Fix this. No. Come on. Fix the lounge. Go back to where it's supposed to. Sharing the right screen? Okay. All right.
Couldn't even remember what that fucking plane was.
You have part of this way, and you see a long corridor. However, at the far end of this corridor, you see something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go this way.
So it's just like, nope. Thorny would like to take the no thank you action.
All right, so you start moving that way. As it decides to charge. Whoa.
I'm back. What a miss.
I'm being chased by
Thorny's getting
Minotaur.
chased by Minotaur.
Knew it.
I'm sure he's friendly.
Are you
He
sure?
just wants a hug.
Sure. Sure.
Fuck me.
Wiggle your bones.
Not completely. Minotaurs are pretty tall. Dwarves are kind of short.
Yeah, as you're rounding that last corner, realizing that it's a dead end, you turn around, and there is just boom, come right at you.
Okay. Is there any way I can squeeze underneath his legs?
Yeah, if you want to roll me like a dex or acrobatics.
Come on, dice, be nice.
You
Damn.
manage to kind of go and just does this slidey dashy thing just
That is a pure
under it
adrenaline moment.
as
Just
it
like, uh-oh.
spins around and with its club just starts trying to come down on top of you. Like you
That's kind
managed
of
to
like
get
the opposite
through
of
it.
Alamos's test. Alamos was chasing somebody. Now Thorny's avoiding somebody.
I'm trying to.
Oh,
Does a 19 hit you?
I can't
It does not.
All right.
read. Yeah.
Yeah, I better stop watching this.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up here. I mean, it's only a matter of time till he starts hitting me, but I don't think I'm gonna fight him on a 1-to-1.
Yeah, what's your move speed?
25. What's the Minotaur? 40?
Yep.
Yeah.
It catches up to you. Goes for another swing.
Oh, I'm just gonna
Nice.
do. Alright, this is how I plan on doing this, okay? I'm gonna move my 25 movement, and then every action is gonna be the dodge action.
Okay.
Nice. That's actually really fucking smart, man.
All right.
Permanent disadvantage on this bitch.
Yeah.
So
I've been in a few fights where that is.
So before you move again, because you've gotten that far, let me. All right.
I'm gonna go there.
I'll reveal. Chase. We'll swing and a miss.
Right. It's gonna be the end of my movement. That turn. Obviously, he's gonna catch me.
Yep, it's gonna take before. So move down to the end. It would swing here. And a miss, and then move down behind you here. And swing and a miss. And then we'll reveal what you would see.
Run, Thorny, run.
I feel like a rat in a maze.
All right.
Kinda are right
Move
now.
down
there,
here.
Thorny.
Yeah.
A rat and a cat. Cat and mouse chase.
So we'll reveal.
At least you're not a
We'll
redhead, right?
chase.
Thorny?
Thorny.
Actually,
I don't know. I think Thorny is
you
green.
did.
Green hair?
You
Yeah.
do green hair on
Okay.
Thorny? Yeah. Okay. I
Hmm?
don't remember. You
Swing.
told us. I do remember you telling us like at the beginning.
Yeah, Thorny is inspired by a dwarf from one of the Drizzt books.
Gotcha.
Ah.
22 still doesn't hit you, does it? Or does it?
It does not.
Just looked at his AC and was like, "Oh no, you were the correct person."
It
Shit.
as long as at least my plus from my magic items is working. So the +3 to armor, +3 to shield, whatever. My armor class is a 24.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean
your
the
AC.
I mean
your plate
the
isn't
magical ability.
magical in that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
to attune to your dwarven plate. You just have it.
Yeah.
I pulled it up and I was like,
Like I'm picturing
we're-
Thorny with shield up, just holding above her head, walking
yeah,
through
just-
the maze. Ting, 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 fucking ting.
Makes it through
Some
just
weather we're
slightly,
having.
Because no matter how fast you move, because you don't have your magical boots activated to just give you the super distance.
Yep.
Every
Multiple catch-
move balls right on top of you.
some boy just like, can you stop that for a minute? It's getting loud in here. Jesus.
This is why I
Trying to think of
was
which turn.
very
I'm just-
interested in which one of you guys were going to do this one, because I'm like, depending on who goes, this is either going to be very entertaining for everybody or very what the fucky for everybody.
I think this
A
is
little
right
of
how
both,
many
right? Yeah.
how many
Little
dwarven mine cave-ins do you have to live through before you're just this unbothered?
And at this point, if a 22 doesn't hit you, like what is your current AC?
24
This thing has to roll an 18 or higher to hit you.
with disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Goddamn.
Which means if it hits, it's gonna hit hard because it's probably gonna be a crit.
What are the name of the
Yeah.
people outside? You said Drek something?
The only one that you know is
Drodeca.
Tifa.
The Drodeca.
The Drodeca
The
are the people.
Yeah. I'm just imagining because they can
Abby,
probably
what's
see
wrong,
all
bud?
of this happening and they're just standing there. They're probably laughing. Just like
They probably are.
they are just
Maybe that's
not
why they're
laughing.
outside of the doors. And you're
Oh,
just
so they can
you
see
guys are
you?
just watching the floor as peg, like as one moves, the other one just collides with it.
And clearly we're realizing that because Thorny keeps moving, something's happening, which means that she's staying alive.
The peg stops moving. That's when we get worried.
Yeah, that's when we know it's fucked.
I'm also just imagining if Andreas had been the one or Kaithos. Like Kaithos would have just been gone. Been
You
like,
would have just done a whole monster, just fucking
I can't,
ran.
no magic.
Can't magic.
Oh,
Can't
that's
magic
right,
in there.
magic.
That's why, like, I was considering it. If it wasn't Thorny, it was going to be me or Andreas. And I was considering it, and then they're like, "Your magic stops
Is your-
working," and I was like,
Is
Nope.
your telepathic?
Not
do you
me.
have any physical abilities other
Scream.
than the telepathic thing?
I mean, I could
Probably
scream.
Andreas being up there. The monster would have to roll
Your
a
roar. You could have done
17.
your roar. That is actually that's a natural
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah, I
You
could have done
tried
my
to
roar.
scare it and intimidate it.
I'm good at intimidate a minute. Yeah.
Hey,
That would have been
So-
interesting.
But it only lasts
Lions beat
until the
cows?
end of my next turn. So it's like I'd have a round of GTFO. But I mean,
Well, that's where you just you just dash, get the fuck out and find someplace to get there. Find
tell
the
them you
exit.
keep trying to steal my mouse.
He's like,
All right,
will.
path is
Hi.
revealed.
Oh, yeah, don't ruin that nice chair.
Minotaur catches.
I had to go get a chair cover because our cats do that. Ruin the bottom of the because they don't climb up here, but they do jump up onto where I sit and they'll scratch
Yeah.
at it. And I'm like, God damn it.
Granted, the other bonus with me going through is I've got the magical guidance, which is basically if I had to do ability checks in there and I failed, I could use a sorcery point and reroll.
The reroll.
Yeah.
So, like, there's tiny things would have given me it. Like,
I just picture Thorny so small and the Minotaur so big that like he just can't quite get it.
Mhm. It's like the dog when they have the cone of shame on and they're trying to get something. The cone just keeps
Oh no.
But yeah, the second they were like, your magic won't work, Kaithos was like, I have no AC then. I'm not going anywhere in there. My AC is gone. If that
Alrighty.
happens, I get dropped to like.
Well,
And
that's the one
everybody
that
else is just watching these failed rolls on my screen. Like, nope,
You're-
nope. How's this one?
I had
Nope.
to stop.
Okay.
I had to stop watching because I was like, I knew my facial expression was probably going to give something off, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Trust me, his facial expression is gonna give something when he connects.
It's like, oh, I finally fucking
I
did
did.
it. I'm like, oh, Thorny might be. There might be
No.
a problem.
Oh, I had to stop looking at the map because I'm pretty sure I've got the correct path out memorized already. Stop looking to not find more paths. It's like I need
That
to
would
stop
also have been
looking.
like the one thing. Yeah, I would have like figured out the path, and I'd be like,
Oh, I did. That's why I stopped and like, nope. I need to not see if there's another one.
Well, if
Because
that's the case.
yeah.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Just kill it.
Better.
Yep, perfect. We understand the concept now, so we're good.
I was gonna say, I was hoping I could see it around that corner. I'm hoping I run into like a square or something so I can double back without trying to run underneath them again, but it's not looking promising.
No,
I guess I'll come down to here.
it catches you. I get so happy because I start rolling like, even with disadvantage, a 17 still doesn't help. All right, fuck it. All right, cool, whatever.
Oh. But yeah, Kaitha's in here.
It's
Yeah, we
16
see.
for 22.
Running. Should have taken the lion variant that lets me climb.
If I get ham roll up,
And there were like a couple different Leonin variations. I can't remember why I picked this one over the other one.
I think it was because of the lion's roar.
Yeah. I wanted the roar and not the climbing. Then it's like I should have picked
the climbing. You lose that. It's just like with my wings, I lost a few of the other natural abilities that tieflings get.
Yeah, you gotta pick. I mean, wings is one of the stronger ones.
Because
I didn't know
especially
how
since
it-
you can now
So,
go and pick.
Do you
up
still
those
have
things as
the movement to walk
later on.
into this area?
Where are we counting that last turn?
I think you're at this square, so you just put 10 feet. So as you move into this area,
Okay.
the Minotaur walks up to this doorway, but as you turn around, you see that there's like this shimmer to like this door
Hey.
frame as the Minotaur just kind of stops, puffs a little bit, and starts to move away
Oh.
until you can't see it.
Stick your hand out.
At the same time, you hear this voice in the back of your head asking who you'd like to bring here.
Oh shit.
Oh, you can
Like,
bring
would
in
you like
help?
to phone a friend? Would you like to phone a friend?
I very much would like to phone a friend, but which friend?
Ooh, yeah.
Would
I mean,
you
you know,
choose?
Andreas
Yeah,
and
be
Kaithos are
friends.
the ones with Khan, if you want to keep with that trend. But you also know Crosses has a brain.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's our stealthiest.
I got a plus 13.
Technically,
Well, actually, yeah. I don't know. I'd have to double check that.
Alamos and
Sorry,
Crosses.
I got a remote up. Where's my character sheet? Fuck.
I would say Jax, but he can't turn invisible.
I can cast invisibility. I picked that up for today.
You can't
You
cast.
can't cast magic here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting. Sorry, my bad.
I mean, yeah. Like,
Stealth.
There's
I
a
have
bunch
an
of us.
8,
There's a bunch of us who are naturally stealthy, but just because we're aided with a whole bunch of magical stuff.
With my living armor, it gets a disadvantage to stealth, so don't count me into this.
I'm naturally stealthy.
Spells
I
are
don't
out
have
of the
anything
question,
else.
so natural class feats, would that be okay as long as it's not something of like casting?
Yeah, like if it's like, for instance, the Gloomstalker.
Yeah, right.
I got that
Okay, I get
Drax
that one.
stealth.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Protec.
Fuck.
Right. You speak Protect's name, and everyone else in the other room watching the floor just starts. Protect, you don't really notice anything, but everybody else starts seeing you just fade away to nothing, and you just
Protec.
disappear.
Pro-
In that same moment,
Bye.
you
Protect.
rematerialize in this room next to Thorny.
Why are you so small?
I'm a dwarf. What do you expect?
Well, I also shrunk Thorny to match the tiles a little bit better in comparison. Because all the tiles are 5 foot squares, but even though you guys are set to medium, the tokens are just a little bit bigger than the 5 foot squares.
Yeah.
Sweet. So Thorny and myself are here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Word.
For one, I want to explore the room, see if there's anything else in here, like
Yeah.
light it all up, and then I'm
I'll
gonna
help with
explain
that.
the situation to Protec. There's a Minotaur, and we're in a maze.
Explain that.
Did we tell Protec at least when we were all there? Like we all like, oh fuck, there's a Minotaur.
I don't know.
Alamos
The two of you are connected
outside.
mentally, so did you guys say anything?
Alamos did say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys don't know what it is. You guys just see two pegs moving on
I
the
think
floor.
Alamos only said, I don't think it's a bull.
Yeah.
Wait, would
No,
rage be magical?
I said what it was.
No,
Rage
rage is
is
not
Okay.
magical.
Is the
It's an
class,
ability.
yeah. It's an ability. It's a class ability.
Okay.
So rage would.
Because I know Berserker Rage is like an ability, but I was thinking like Wild Magic Rage or the other one, the Tome Rage.
You
the
would
bear
probably get
tome
the
that you
rage
get.
part. No. So
Rage
bear
is
totem,
class.
that is still more ability. Wild magic, basically you'd rage if you wouldn't get that wild magic surge that comes with it. Basically,
Okay.
you just
Basically,
rage.
spells and magic items.
You get the bonus of raging, just not the other bonuses that if it's
Yeah.
considered a magical type
Gotcha.
source.
All right. So I'm gonna explain to Protec really quick that it's a Minotaur, and my plan is to try to get out without fighting it. But if we have to fight it, let me be your shield,
Word.
and you attack, move out the way, and I'll block.
I pick Thorny up.
I didn't physically be your shield.
I
You're
mean,
gonna pick Thorny up?
No.
What the fuck did I do?
The Dwarven Meat Shield is a strat, though.
Yes.
I mean, you could just wait until the Minotaur swings and is leaning down and chuck the dwarf over the Minotaur.
And then immediately
Fastball
flanking
special.
bonus?
We're not doing a fastball special.
Dang it.
Damn it!
Maybe you're not.
I need to grab a water. I'll let you guys confer.
Okay.
What you guys want to do?
All right.
Oh
So-
god.
I think I'm headed in the right direction. I don't know for sure.
I honest to God can't say anything because I
No, you can't. Don't say it.
I memorized it even though he's not sharing it because my brain does that.
Oh,
Looked at the
trust
map
me,
and I
I-
was like,
I would have done the same thing. I'm glad I did not look.
I memorized both the way to the end and other shit, so I can't say shit.
I mean, all I know is that I think it's really silly for people to put a pretty picture on the floor. That seems like it would just get ruined.
And you should be at full health also, Protec.
Yes.
gotta look.
And on my character sheet, it is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's
Oh,
just doing the token thing.
Above
Yeah.
it's just being dumb. Yeah.
Well, we will wait
I still
patiently and
love
then we'll
that
get back out.
contemplation of like, who are you bringing in?
Well,
Trust me, Kaitos really Al wants to do this, but Kaitos is like, I got no AC. I got no spells. I can shout real loud.
I had 2 ideas. Either find someone stealthy who could scout,
Mm.
or find someone who could possibly go toe to toe with it with a little assistance. Sadly, I don't think he has any reach. Like, I would love you to have like a pike so you could just stab over my head. But
Yeah, that would be ideal.
sadly,
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah,
work.
Yeah, your
But
trident doesn't give reach. That's right.
Yeah,
right.
trident is the same as
Sadly.
spear. Sadly,
Oh,
they're not
right.
reach.
Which makes no
They
sense
just
to
get
me.
the nice.
There's
I
still
agree.
the option of tossing you to the other side.
Well, they had so in 3.5 they had reach with tridents and spears and the throwing ability. So I think they had to in 5th edition they had to just
Pick one or the other.
either pick one or the other. Yeah. So
I wish
Yeah,
they
you'd
left
think
it up to us.
an object built for fishing would have reach.
I mean,
I'd
yeah.
say it would be better in 5 if you could pick. Like,
Yeah.
when you picked one up, whether it would be a reach property or thrown.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because like there's not a lot of reach one-handed items. I know. He's been there.
no, they're all pretty much two-handed.
All
I
right.
mean, the glaive gives reach,
Glaive, pike, halberd,
like and the halberd. Yeah.
and the
I
whip.
don't think
Yeah.
Badger will like my idea.
You're stuck in this room right now.
Yeah.
No,
you're with,
no, no, no.
So we're searching the
it's
room?
something else entirely.
Oh
I
yeah.
was thinking-
Is there anything
Wait,
else in the room?
Snap.
Oh
Nothing
no.
in the room besides, I mean, I'll say there looks to be like a small bed that has been destroyed. There's a couple places to sit. Otherwise, there seems to be bones scattered about this room.
Oh, lovely.
Great.
All right. Protect. Follow
Yeah.
me.
Word.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So you leave
work-
the room?
Yep.
All right, cool. You go out a few feet, Protect. You go to follow.
Mhm.
As you go to follow, you
Protect
get
can't
hit
come.
by this magical barrier. But now that you've left, Protect hears the words, offer one skill. Protect, under your features and traits, you can bestow a gift to Thorny.
Oh.
You can't
One
leave
of-
the room. You have to give him a thing to help.
Rage, maybe.
Mhm.
Right.
He
Would that
can't
be my
cast.
totem
He
rage?
can't cast.
He doesn't.
Rage
need
isn't
to.
a cast.
It's
Rage
a-
is not
no,
magic.
no. I'm saying in the terms of raging wouldn't benefit a caster if the caster could cast because you can't.
Well,
cast
yeah,
spells
and he
when
can't
raging.
cast.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
She
because
could-
it's
yeah.
nullified
it's
right now.
Perfect. Give her rage.
And you get your bonus. You get the bonus. and you
Basically,
get
any
bonuses
one of
from
your
all of you.
under your features and traits, any one of your bullet points, you can bestow. Whether it be a maneuver
Oh, I could give you the
or your rage or
I mean, yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with rage.
I'm so okay with this. That's not even funny.
Great. I fucking love this.
I'm glad you
Rage?
didn't go
You
with the
feel a
one.
big anger.
I'm about to say I'm glad you kind of didn't go with one that I thought you were probably going to give them. Your
Go
fast
with rage.
movement,
Oh yeah.
because it wouldn't have worked on them.
I
Because
was
it's got
gonna
to
say.
be
Yeah.
your feature. So yeah, as Protect mumbles out loud, I'll give him my rage. There is this weird little blip that goes from the door to Thorny, and Thorny gets filled with this potential to fucking rage out if necessary. But you also, Thorny, get the sense that because you were bestowed an upgrade, so did your enemy.
Ooh, but was it the same?
Who knows?
But yeah,
Alright.
Protec is in that room, but for some reason can sense where you're going and what you're doing, as if seen through your eyes. So Protec has become a spectator.
Well, in that case, I guess I'll keep chugging along.
All right. You
This side.
move. And it goes. Alrighty.
I'm gonna move to there and look down the hall. Oh, dead end, yay. Okay. I guess I gotta start working my way back.
I will say though, as you look down that little hallway, you see something sparkly at the end of the hall.
Probably gonna regret this, but I'll touch the sparkly bit.
Okay.
What is it?
From your perspective, you don't really see anything. You hear something like activate, but you're not sure what it is. But for the purpose of the map,
That's weird.
order of the room there gets lit up. All right.
All right.
Apparently, Kythos reconnecting was the trigger that needed for my health total to refresh.
Yeah, that works.
I only refreshed because Thorny was still standing in the room with you.
Oh,
For me, I was like, oh, that's not right. Refresh.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
That is happening to me.
I was
yeah.
gonna
Well,
say,
thanks.
I will move mine and let me know when the Minotaur's moved, if that makes any sense.
Yep. Nope. That's why I said okay. I'm glad that you understand what I'm going here.
Yep.
Whereas other people would have been like, I move all the way here. Hold the fuck on.
Yep.
Okay. Move when you want to move.
Yep.
Are we sure the cowman doesn't need a hug?
No, we are not.
Word.
Might.
I might give him an angry hug later. We'll see.
Nope. You have this sudden feel like something just almost brushed up against you, but it went away just as quickly as you felt it.
Okay.
But it's your move.
All right. I'm gonna move 10 to here. Look down the hall. I was gonna say 20. And 25.
All right, so I'll reveal that you can kind of like peek around the corner there.
And that's the end of my movement. Because
There,
I'm not dashing.
and there. You can kind of see there's something there. You have options.
Yes, I do.
But 5, 10, 20. Boom.
Hi, Minotaur! So, Protec, quick question about rage. It ends if I don't get attacked or don't take or deal damage. Which one?
Don't take or deal damage, I believe.
Advantage on strength checks and saving throws, +2 to melee damage with strength weapons, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, You can't cast or concentrate on spells while raging. Your rage ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then.
Okay.
You can also end it as a bonus action.
Oh wait, haven't attacked. Oh, so
Attacked or taken damage. So I would have to toe to toe and use my action, which I only have one of. I don't have multi-attack or anything to try to go toe to toe with Minotaur Boy over there.
Okay. Well, I will say it did swing at you because it has a little bit of reach.
Okay.
It did roll high enough to hit.
Okay.
And this thing clocks you for. Oh, but you're resistant to everything, right?
If I was raging. I have not been
Holy. Okay. That's a really heavy weapon. You take 43 damage.
Okay.
oh, the Minotaur
Of-
crit. We're finally connected.
It
Finally
finally connected.
connected.
It just hit, yeah.
Yikes.
Unless it crits on a 19, the statistics of it critting me are very low.
And I don't think
It's
Minotaurs are out of character.
magical great axe that it's swinging at you. That does 40-12,
Yeah.
and it rolled most
Very well.
high.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think what was it? An 11, an 11, 11, a 10, a 7, enough, and then +4.
No biggie. I'm gonna move 2 down to here. What do
No,
I
it was
see?
the smart settings person with all of the AC. Shit.
Yep. Okay. 1, 2. I'll have one more square after I look inside the room.
All right, you peek inside the room and you can kind of see an edge, but it's still kind of like naturally dark. But there is a small hallway there. There's a way you can go up over there and around the corner to your left. There seems to be a path.
Yeah, I guess I'll just take one step out as my last bit of movement for the turn.
Boom, 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 boom. Wing. 24 is the minimum, right?
Yes.
It connects for 30 slashing.
Okay.
My dice are finally rolling high.
No,
Oh my god.
stop it.
Oh my god.
You're all with disadvantage still?
Stop it.
No, I don't. That's. I don't think they took the dodge action. I don't think.
No, I'm continuing to take the dodge action.
Oh, so that was on a disadvantage then.
Yeah, I like I said, until I state
That's just how
otherwise,
you're moving.
Gotcha.
I am
yeah.
taking the dodge action. That's why I'm only moving 25 feet. Because
Ah.
every action is a dodge. All right, I'm gonna take what was that? 15 to go to here.
Okay. And that will reveal.
But we also don't know what boon he got.
Pathways
It's true.
there.
Would've been
Pathways
the magical weapon.
there. Pathways there.
I
Actually,
tend
since
to-
you were in that other hallway, that would be revealed too.
Okay.
So you go that
Like that.
way.
Yep.
You reveal
Mhm.
this. Reveal a corner here. Reveal a little bit more here. You can
Does hitting
see
the shining
down.
do anything?
Oh, the one here.
Yeah, the one in the corner I'm standing on. Since hitting this shiny over in the other corner popped part of this, I was wondering if it works in reverse.
As far as you know, yeah.
Alright, that's the end of my turn then.
Boom. And it rolls. And it lowers its horns. Okay, dice. All right.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and decide to step out
So
cooperating.
instead of a great axe, it drops its horns to try to hit you. It does just barely connect. Granted, the damage is only a 15. It does end up pushing you, but I need a strength save.
So, before we get into the pushing, so my pluses for my magical items are working. Anything else from my magical items?
No.
Oh, in that
Like, rather,
case-
because it's like you have magical armor, but it's still armor, so you get the +2 from that. Your shield is still counts as a shield, even if the magic within it doesn't work, so you get the bonus to that. But any other special ability or magic things you get from your items aren't going to work.
Alright, well. 15.
I figured, I'm guessing you're asking about your resistance to getting pushed, huh?
Either that or the belt of giant strength. Either one would have helped, but
15. Ba-da-ba-da. You are pushed 10 feet, well, 5, because there's only one spot to go, but you stay standing. You don't get knocked prone. And it just kind of like tries to lock you in this cubby. This little 5-foot square cubby, as it's now just sitting there huffing. And it goes back to you.
well, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try my telekinetic shove as a bonus action.
Isn't that a spell?
It is not a spell. It is
Ooh.
It came from the telekinetic. Here, I'll share it. So technically, it works with Mage Hand, but it's from a feat. The only reason I'm wondering is because the telepathy you were saying was going to work.
Well, that's what I was trying to double check, that it's not something from a spell. So because you are telekinetic, your mage hand can go invisible. But
Yep.
you can also push things with your mind. So
Yep.
yes, it would work in the same fact as... Yeah. So this particular ability would work because it's a feat.
Okay.
So similar to your Leonin friend, who's got much more psychic abilities, you have one ability that you can use psychically.
I'll take
Man,
one.
this Parallax is all about psychics and mental things and
I mean, it's
mind
not marked
stuff.
as a cantrip or a spell. It's mind abilities.
Oh, it almost rolled the save, but then the dice decided to go.
Yep.
Click over. So It fails the save, so it gets what? Thrown
5 feet.
5 feet?
Only 5.
It gets slid. It's like trying to fight it, but
Yep.
as if it has like a rope tied to its tail, it just slides back as it's like trying to put its hoof into the dirt and whatnot. It's not going.
All right. 15 feet to there.
You revealed this bit there. There's another
Well,
T to the hallway.
I was gonna say I'll finish off my last 10 to get to there.
Is that real?
Cause saying that is that.
Hmm. Minotaur takes a second to figure out what it's doing. It seems once it used this one ability, it needs to take a turn. So your go.
All right. 5.
You peek around the corner.
Ten.
Peek around there. All right.
20. 25 and telekinetic shove 5.
All right. Minotaur takes a second and kind of sniffs out where you went, but instead of going after you, it shifts.
Oh.
Okay.
And swings
Where'd I
and
go?
whiffs. As you can kind of see as it comes up, that room you were just in connects down the pathway you were traveling.
Lovely. All right. I'm gonna try to shove it back down that hallway.
Right. 18 or 17?
17.
17. You easily push it back. That thing completely whiffed on its save.
Oh, that's a fucking wall, isn't it? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to there.
It swings wildly. Ooh, that one's going to connect.
Disadvantage? Because Thorny's still doing the thing.
Mm-hmm. Thorny's still doing the thing.
Thorny, roll me insight.
Hmm.
All right. Give me a second. $22.
You perceive that because you were given a gift, the Minotaur was able to unlock one of its natural abilities. It swings at you with a little bit more reckless resolve.
Hmm. Countering the disadvantage with reckless.
Yeah. So it's going raw.
Alrighty. Da, 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 da. And that's measly 20 damage. Rolled really low this time. Uh-oh. How low are we getting?
Low enough. Well, you know what? I'm going to rage.
The little dwarf goes rage! And Protect, you kind of feel Thorny's rage as if your own blood is just pumping. Because you're seeing through Thorny's eyes. So as Thorny decides to
Angry
enact a
eyes.
rage, it's like it's weird because even though it's Thorny going in rage, you can still feel it. As if
Now we
you
have a
yourself just rage. Like it's siphoning your ability straight
We have
from
a
you. So you're
raging
like, oh.
fighter who's sitting in a room that he can't get out of. Oh no. Oh,
I punched the invisible wall.
Oh yeah, there's a moment where you hit it and it like you see this weird discolorization as it like instantly repairs itself, but you can tell like you went from it's invisible to you can see like the magical effects from hitting the barrier as you hit it. Like, woohoo! All right, Thorny.
Yeah, give me a second.
Oh,
I'll start by trying to shove it back into the hall.
Lost a chicken.
5 feet. Hopefully.
Alrighty. Ba-da-ba-da. Fuck it, rolled a 4. Yeah, you shove it.
Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
how many people are in my store?
I'm gonna move 5 to here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to dash.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3. What do I see?
Habit. You see a zigzaggy hallway.
4, 5, and end my turn.
Ooh. Minotaur just takes a second to be like,
I was gonna
Oh,
suck
shit.
the Minotaur has perfect tracking. But...
Wait. no
yeah,
way?
it does have labyrinth recall.
Fuck.
The Minotaur can perfectly recall any path it has traveled.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And it takes a couple of sniffs in the air to try to figure out which direction you might have gone, but it is your turn.
So, sorry, I got a notification on my phone. Apparently, they may have found Amelia Earhart's plane in the bottom of the ocean.
Goddamn time.
Cool.
After what, 100 years?
Actually, I'll say at the angle, you could
don't
probably see
remember
all of that too.
Sorry, I got distracted. The phone just buzzed, and I was like, what?
And then I'm gonna take the dodge action. How many rage? No, I don't know how many rage charges the Minotaur has, but his rage just did end.
Oh,
He did
his
not.
charge. I thought you were
Yeah,
talking
nope.
about how much you got from Protec. Because
Nope.
it depends
No,
on
no.
what your level is.
No. Just
This
the
is
Minotaur.
also assuming that the Minotaur has a barbarian rage.
True.
True. Wait, could a Minotaur also be a different class than just a barbarian?
Yeah. Minotaur's a
Damn.
Who does
race.
it say? Minotaur's a race, so
Yeah, Minotaur's a race.
I'm
It's a
just
monster
trying to
race.
picture a Minotaur as a wizard.
I mean,
Don't
they
be
could.
racist.
I'm not racist. I'm just saying. I've seen him powerful, not
I mean, if you think
magical.
you've seen a Minotaur before, you can try to recall knowledge on it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wait, we don't even know it's a Minotaur. I mean, Crassus, then Kythos had their little mental
That's right.
conversation.
Yeah.
But we still haven't seen it.
Just
So
say,
we
is it
don't
time for me to move?
have confirmation.
Yep. You're good.
Oh god.
All right. 20 feet.
Dead end. But you can also see
Hi,
that.
bitches. What?
Just say see what way?
North of you is dead end, but you can see south.
Oh, let me refresh then, because I wasn't seeing jack shit.
The tokens just vanished for me. Do I need a reload page?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'll just say, 25
see.
telekinetic shove.
Oh, there they are.
Smart. I give you props for that. You can only move 5 feet, but there's no way to say you can't move yourself in a diagonal pattern.
No, there
5
is not.
feet. But yeah, you see more of a hallway up and around the corner. A Minotaur goes through his. And it's back to you.
Yep. You said with movement I get to do one diagonal move. Per. All right, so my first one, move to there.
Boom.
That's my first. 5.
Down at the far end of the hall, you see a familiar glowy.
Yeah, I'm jumping in the room.
You go sliding into that room as directly behind you, you see, you turn around to see the head of the Minotaur, like, look down the hall, like, as it just clunks off in a direction out of your sight. And then again, as soon as you enter the room, you hear
choose. Yeah. Live.
Mm-hmm. So everyone else in the other room probably still panicking because Protect just vanished. You guys just sitting there talking amongst yourself when just Live just poofs.
Andreas is gonna look over at one of the other one of the guards.
There are no guards in here. There are no guards. It's just us. It's literally just us. Timmy, can I? So there's the map on the ground, right?
Yeah.
And we got a marker for Thorny and the Minotaur.
Yes, you do see. You see that a room, like a little single off to the upper right. You see a single peg pop up,
and then
disappears. Now in the upper left, Liv disappears, and then you see out of the ground. But those pegs
I need
are.
To roll insight to figure that out?
No.
Okay, cool.
Especially how you're connected to the other intelligent person with a high intelligence, you're seeing this and in your head you're going, wait, Protect disappeared and that showed up, and then Liv just, oh my god, Liv is gone, but there's that thing that wasn't there before. The two of you are like, oh shit.
So I'll look at because Andreas is getting worked up. I was worked up too, but Andreas is getting worked up. I'm gonna look at Andreas and be like, they're in there with Thorny. I'll point out the pegs. Like those two pegs were not there before. Right. So my guess is somehow Thorny's able to pull us in there, but I mean Protect's peg hasn't moved since he went in there. So I don't know what the hell's
I have a theory. If you like to hear.
Don't have a theory.
No, I have a theory. What if now listen to my strike.
Wait,
he walks into the room?
Okay. Don't metagame this. Okay.
I'm not metagaming.
He walks in the room. Okay.
Yeah.
Walks in the room.
What if we're all being teleported? And we can kick some arse for those things for trapping us in here! Fuckers. I missed this.
What if I slap you?
Fuck you, you robot.
He really did it.
Seeing as
he did it mid-game, so...
Seeing as Protect got popped in, but is still sitting in that room, and the other peg that we're pretty sure is Thorny is still moving around.
But at
I
the
don't think
same,
they're able to teleport. Or
but as I
do
was saying
anything.
too, even though the Protec's perspective, he's got a whole room he can move in. The peg on the ground that pops up is stationary.
Mm-hmm.
It does not move.
That's what Kaitos is
Yeah.
pointing out. Like, the peg appeared where we assume Protec went, but Thorny's peg's been moving around, but Protec's is staying there.
Yep.
So I don't think, and the other peg that was in the maze is also still moving around.
Andrews is just gonna like look over at the map and be like, "Oi!" And, like he's trying to quote unquote talk to the one in the room. Oi! Teleport me too.
Yeah. But
Teleport. Can you hear me? Teleport me. Oh. It's not working.
All right,
You say
Yeah.
teleport again, I will slap you.
It
Liv.
doesn't move us.
Teleport.
All right.
all right, Al, we're
Reminder,
going
guys, I have
back up.
18 minutes, but
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Al Chicken had to dip, and so until he gets back, do you want to take over?
I'll beat up.
I make an
just a
unarmed
look.
strike
Yeah,
against
how does-
them.
I'm gonna make this real simple. Lend me your wild shape.
Oh no, that's what Liv is gonna do a quick assessment. And just be like, oh, hey, quick question for you, Timmy.
Uh
Now with the wild shape thing,
huh.
is it the circle of the moon wild shape?
I mean,
Well,
if that's what Liv is, then yes, it
Because
would
I've
be.
got wild shape, but circle of the moon means the wild shape is activated differently, or it's better, basically.
Better.
Yeah.
And if Liv is a moon druid, so yes, it should be.
So it's marked that Liv used one,
But we
but
just
we
had
got
a
a long
rest.
rest. So Liv's got both, and it's a circle of the moon druid. Yes, you get the wild shape.
All right. I don't
You
know
know what
much
that
about
means,
wild
right?
shaping.
Okay.
What is the fastest thing I could shape into?
So the thing is, with Circle of the Moon, you can burn both your wild shapes and turn into an elemental.
All right. What's the fastest elemental?
So let me link you because I have a whole fucking Google Doc sheet of the complete wild shape list broken down between normal and moon level druid.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
So let
just
me
straight,
just.
right?
No, she's moon.
Yeah, she's just a druid.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
just a
moon
druid?
and
Moon
that's
druid.
it. She's just a moon
So
druid. She
there's
didn't
the
multi-class.
link. So if you bring up that, it will bring up a Google Excel doc. And what level is Liv? 12?
12.
Moon druid?
According to her sheet, she can transform into a beast with a CR as high as 4.
Yep.
But can also,
So-
due to elemental wild shape, you can expend the 2 uses of wild shape at the same time to transform into an air elemental, an earth elemental, a fire
Uh-huh.
elemental, or a water elemental.
Oh fuck.
I don't think earth is the one with the most hit points, if I remember correctly, but I don't think you can do all the fun things that the earth does.
So
I'm also not sure you can
easiest-
fit in here with that.
Easy explanation would be if you go under the bottom tab, all beast condense,
Yep.
and scroll down towards the bottom.
I got it.
From
It's not that complicated.
The 5 that are the air elementals, if you burn both of them, and anything higher on that list. So that whole list from 0 down to the 5s.
I would recommend air, but that's just me.
And technically she's can go elephant, but anything beyond elephant, so can't go giant crow, can't go giant shark, can't go triceratops, and can't go mammoth.
Air works.
Air works? Air elemental?
Yep.
All right, so yeah, Liv pops in and you're just like, give me your wild shape, and Liv's like, how the fuck do I live to So you step out of the room for a hot second, and then that's when Liv gets the lend your ally an ability, and she's like, wild shape?
Yeah.
And
that would exactly how.
because I know that's would have been like a mouse reply of wild shape.
I get the wild shape.
And instantly, Thorny, you have all of the knowledge of the wild shape.
Damage resistance is lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Which I don't think really. Well, I guess the
Condition
ram.
immunities: exhaustion, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, or unconscious.
Oh, by
That's
chicken,
an air
by chicken, by
elemental.
chicken.
Yep.
So is
But-
this
And
what
90 hit
you're?
points.
Oh yeah, I'm going air elemental for sure.
All right, so
90 hit points and a fly
me
speed of 90. Have fun.
That's the key.
So yeah, Thorny takes a moment of gone as this air elemental just takes place. And actually, I'll make it a little bit smaller just so we can see the board better. But yeah, you are now just this spinning vortex of air itself. There is one
That lasts
path
up to an hour,
south
right?
of you. Actually, since you're there,
Yes.
yeah, they last for an hour. So you're
I thought it was longer.
there's
but
a
yeah.
pathway there with a hallway that you can kind of see.
All right.
As soon as you're like wild shape, I was like, ooh.
10.
I'd also like to make an unarmed strike against
20.
Andreas. He said teleport again.
Hey, you have a 20 dex now.
There is a way.
25.
I mean, since you kind of move in, we'll say you can see this. You can see all of this.
Oh, hold on, but I don't want to do that yet. All right. So, yeah, I guess I'm going this way.
Go that way. Oh, interesting. You see another shimmering
that, Daniel.
wall.
7.
Can you? Does the Alamos just land on their ass trying to smack?
Wait, what are you
Is that
trying
what
to do?
happens there?
Do I see around the corner?
Guy's trying to smack Andreas because he said teleport
Roll
again.
the natty one on the first
No.
attempt
I
to smacking
natted.
Andreas.
I nat one.
More like Andreas probably just sidestepped it.
Easily.
And
Yeah.
I said this one.
I was gonna say.
Because
Down
don't
to
you have
here?
the don't you have repose there?
I was gonna say that's 45 feet so
Parma?
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, repose.
And guess what?
Yeah,
Another room.
Yeah.
Another room.
The room.
You just sidestep
Or you
it.
just got a room.
Yeah, I'll pop in real quick.
You pop in. Choose.
I was gonna say.
Hythos for maybe for the lion.
I can give you action surge. If that helps.
Well, if that's the case, I got action surge too.
Kythos.
Oh. So, awkwardly enough.
I'm
Awkwardly
still linked with
enough.
crosses, aren't I?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
probably
you
been
never
re-upped.
did.
Like,
You
if
never
I
killed
feel
it.
my stuff starting to go, I am gonna wait.
So yeah, crosses immediately just
No,
vanishes
you said
out of the room.
Kythos, I
Oh,
thought.
Kythos?
Did you say Kythos?
Hythos, yeah.
Oh, Kythos. Yeah, so you guys are sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, just
if I feel
Leonin
weird,
snaps
I'm
into the room.
rethinking. Like, if it's a weird, like,
Nope.
if I get a sense of it, I'm going to, like, restart the link with crosses.
You feel like
No,
there's
we
this
had it going.
momentary, like, white noise, I guess, psychically,
just
as you're
restarting
being
the timer,
teleporting.
basically.
As you're being teleported, but yeah, you get there and you're still connected to crosses.
So you just get, oh, this is fucking weird.
And
just
on the
basically
ground, as
just,
crosses is probably going, where the fuck did you go? Bink! Out of the ground, like kind of in the
maze.
middle left side of the maze. Right about there on the floor.
I look at Thorny.
Little token pops up.
What's up?
Can we draw out the answer now?
You draw
Wait,
it.
hold on.
Right.
I don't think we weren't able to see like the full map when we were in that room, so I don't
No,
think,
if we were
Hmm.
just seeing what Thorny saw, then
yeah.
Kythos,
Thinking about
me,
it
the player,
as
I got to see the map. My character did not get to see the full map.
Yeah,
so I
that's
understand
that's
that.
what I'm trying to, and that's
in,
I was
in
like, oh, yeah,
terms
that's
of the
right.
floor, for every path that Thorny is going, you are seeing the little walls rise to make it more like a 3D map of it. But there are still a lot of the room that you don't know what it looks like. You just see basically how everybody else is seeing it, the path of which they've traveled. So yeah,
So
Kythos gets snapped into the room. Yep. And there is this small air elemental in front of you.
Also,
Actually, would it
wasn't-
wild shape into a normal?
Well, for the Eller elemental, it would be a larger thing, but for terms of the map,
it wasn't Riposte. It was Perry that I have.
Okay. Do I get a sense that this is thorny?
I mean,
scenario element. Is it just thorny shaped like elemental, basically?
well, all you know is Thorny
I'm-
went into the room,
you know what?
and your
I'm just
people have
gonna
just been
leave.
dissipated.
You
Okay.
should go leave.
Yeah, because there's a voice that will tell you to give me an
Oh
ability.
yeah. So they leave the
yeah.
room. You notice that there's a shimmery barrier, and you hear.
I want to see what it's doing. Yeah.
So yeah, you go up to the wall. You can see the elemental sit in there, and you hear in the room a voice that's like, choose an ability to bestow on your ally. And that's when you kind of realize this is Thorny. Because you were realizing who disappeared. Protect disappeared. And who else do we know that has been summoning elementals? Granted, Liv has been summoning fire elementals. But you're sitting there going, wait, give an ability. Give an ability.
Yeah.
Did Liv, you stole Liv to give you the wild shape? Like, and like the elementals like nodding,
that's
like, yep.
Like, so I mean, I guess.
Thorny's become Speedy Gonzalez with this form.
I guess the roar
probably would be better.
Yeah, that's probably your best bet.
The daunting
the
roar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for you, basically, is it based off of my DC with that, or
It would
I
be
assume-
based off of you.
Okay, yeah. So bonus action. Once per short rest, creatures of your choice within 10 feet that can hear you must succeed a wisdom saving throw, which it's a minotaur, so DC 16 or become frightened of you until the end of your next turn. So
Okay.
literally can't move closer to you, anything like that. If you
Is
need
there a
extra
limit
space.
on the roar?
What do you mean?
How many times it can be used?
You
Once.
get one.
Yeah, it's a one
One
day
roar.
thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Long rest.
I was gonna say that's 55
Well,
movement.
it's once per short rest. Timmy, I would like to,
once
how
per
long
short
has
rest.
Thorny been in here?
Not that long.
6
Considering-
seconds, like within like the last 5 minutes, however long it would have taken to explain as you guys get teleported in what's going on. But with you, it was quick because Elemental has difficult talking, so just steps out of room, and then the room kind of told you what it wanted.
So yeah, Kaita such shrug. I'd be like, I roar.
All right.
Yes.
So now your senses, even though you're still connected to Crossus, and this is where it gets really fucked up, because now your perception is off of Thorny's. So you can see what Thorny is going through. Liv can, Protect can, and you're still mentally connected with Crossus, which means out in this other room, Crossus can now sense what Thorny is doing.
And I'm not interfering because I'm not linked with this
You're
thing.
You're not
Thorny
linked to Thorny.
Crossus.
You're linked to Crossus, who's linked
But
to
I'm
you,
seeing-
who the maze has linked you to Thorny.
Yep. Is there any
okay.
more paths?
Wait a
down where
minute,
I am
wait a
now?
minute, wait a minute.
I'm on the wrong
Crossus
thing.
can see where the fucking Minotaur is.
As
Right?
long as if you can. Oh
No, the pin on the map.
Does the ping on the map? Yeah, I can't. Yeah, because I'm in
you
that
can
room.
see where it's
I'm gonna
moving,
shout-
even though they can't.
I'm gonna shout through the door towards Thorny, like towards Thorny to see if Thorny can hear me through this door.
It's very muffled, but yes.
But can hear me.
Mhm.
Like normal talking is muffled? Is that what I'm getting?
Normal talking is probably like talking through glass. You would have to shout to be understood.
But it's still kind of echoing out into the space.
Yes.
You know, no
Okay.
one has tried. No one has tried to actually talk to Thorny. Have you? Why don't you just mentally talk to Thorny?
Because you can see Thorny and
I've got
his elemental.
Thorny's eyesight. What I'm saying here is if you can see the pin where the Minotaur is, and I can shout to Thorny in this maze, I can try to give Thorny the assist of knowing where the fucking Minotaur is
And I'm
avoiding
saying,
it.
and I'm saying, you have the sense of what Thorny is doing. Is it the same kind of sense as that you could probably relay things to him? Instead of try to shout, mentally talk like
Oh,
he
I
is.
can only wait. I will
We
try
haven't-
that.
we
I'm
haven't
not
tried.
breaking.
He's
I'm not
just
breaking
saying-
my link, Timmy. I'm not breaking my
Mhm.
link with crosses.
You're
But
going
I
to try to
can
use the
see
link of the
through
maze. The link that the maze created. Try to see if it
the
goes
link.
back
Yeah,
to
like
Thorny
the
instead of
maze
to
connected me to
Thorny.
Thorny to see through Thorny's
Give me a
eyes.
Give me a con check.
Just to check.
Yep.
Okay.
Seeing how well you can concentrate on all of this.
Okay. Come on now. I mean, I've got advantage on maintaining concentration if it's a save.
If we're worried about it breaking the connection to crosses, but just while you're maintaining the crosses, while crosses is like, have you tried just reaching out to Thorny? You can see Thorny's eyes, but you haven't tried concentrating on speaking to Thorny through these senses.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm
So-
gonna try. Like,
All right.
I got a 17 on my con check.
So there's a moment where just Kaithos kind of starts like the whole almost meditating and just goes into a strong
Like, I gotta
focus.
concentrate.
You're not doing anything else exhilarating, but you're just kind of focused there, and there's this brief flash of images that Thorny picks up to where you kind of start seeing that link that Crosses has, and Crosses is staring at the floor. And you see this slowly moving peg in one of the paths that you have already taken, that it's starting to begin to catch. And it's nearing Liv's token.
Door.
Yep.
All right.
Mini map.
Yeah, Thorny's now got
we
a
just
mini-map.
created a pseudo mini map for Thorny.
That's okay. So I have used 55 feet of movement,
Okay.
and no action, no bonus action.
Nope.
Yeah, and Kaithos' mind is pretty much as still as it can be. Like, his entire focus is like
The
maintain
90
showing
foot
this
move
authority
speed with an air elemental
from
is kind of the
Crosses.
broken part of all
Yeah.
this combo.
Absolutely.
And knowing what is now going on, Crosses is going to try his utmost to calm his ADHD brain right now, so that less thoughts are projected through.
Other than just map.
Yep.
I was gonna say it is for. I have to leave Protec. If you would like to take over and
Oh, that's
figure
right,
your way out of the maze,
Yeah.
Oh God.
Or just give me one to
or
pause here.
that is up to you guys.
It has been 3 hours.
I don't know. I guess we
Do you
leave it to the vote. Do we want to stop an hour early and pick it up here? You just have to make a note of how much moves, or do you want to just use the rest of your move speed and then we'll know
I
we'll
can use the
start?
rest of mine real quick if we want to do
All
it
right.
that way.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
see go from there.
All
Yeah.
right.
This is your challenge. I don't want to take that from you.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that 15 feet.
You see all of that. You can see all of that. There's 2 paths, one on either end.
All right. That's another 10 feet. Another 10 feet. Brings me up to a total of 80. 85.
I
One
figured you were going to
diagonal.
do something like that.
I mean, you're
90.
basically air.
90, yeah, you can kind of just
That's
tell
it.
that there's. Well, I'll give it to you since you're at an angle.
All right. Hey, Dash. 95. Or actually, I'll just move right down to here with
This is just
yeah.
sitting in a meditation.
Boom. Oh, look at it. That connects to that other room.
Here's where my high constitution is coming in.
Yeah, that leaves me another 75.
Goddamn.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, there's probably a little bit of a nosebleed from Kaithos because it's like 2 connections.
Alright.
No, we're just directly connected. It's like this.
Finish my
No.
movement to there.
Damn. Okay.
No nosebleed.
Well, while you were traversing through that room, you would have seen.
Yep.
This opening. and this pathway.
Okay. I was gonna say that is the end of my movement, end of my turn, and end of my
And you gotta
first turn in.
So Minotaur would be appearing in front of Liv's line of sight.
Perfect. All right.
Because you can basically, you now are being given the sense of knowing where in the maze the Minotaur is, as long as Kythos maintains this concentration on you. So yeah,
You got
linked
12
with two
minutes.
separate minds, one by choice, one by force, which is why I don't think it's necessarily a nosebleed, because one's forcibly connecting and you're just trying to use that advantage to kind of go, well, if I'm not mentally linked with you, you've mentally linked him with me, so let's just push on that thread.
Follow this thread.
Major headache.
Yep.
Just a really
Oh yeah, no, this is
bad headache.
Probably
hardest.
by the end of all of this, like the three of you that are currently offering your abilities are probably going to be exhausted, or near exhaustion, because it's like, well, we were just locked in a room, just sitting there. But whatever abilities that Thorny has been using that comes from you guys, it is like being drained out of you to do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Kythos, when he gives Aurora's just like, when you need it, just open your mouth.
Kind of gives you, that almost that sad insight on why these rooms have like skeletons. I mean, potentially previous.
If he doesn't get out, we don't get out.
Or there's another factor of the person who is using your abilities. If they overexert themselves, it might pull too much out of the user.
They die, we die.
Potentially, like life force kind of being drained.
My second character, damn. No.
Oh, that's great.
All right,
So
guys.
yeah, we will pick up in 2 weeks, right here, ready to go. Same time, same place. We're just ending an hour early because, I like it what Protect said. It's your challenge. We'll let you complete it. So we will put a stop here. We'll see Kick and YouTube. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, same time, same place. We'll go from there. Till then, peace out.
Bye.
Woo.